Guys, what's going on? You know what, guys? Here, I'm gonna drop the link early, right? Because we're gonna talk about these knuckleheaded chicks in therapy, right? What an absolute joke, you know? Let me see. I'll drop this in the Discord also. Let's see. There we go. Guys, anyone who wants to come on up, just just call in, guys, you know? Call in. Call in. Ha
Hey AJ, I got bad news for you, man.
What's that?
We just lost another one.
Who's that?
So Star Wars is turned into woke trash.
Yeah.
Dude, have you heard of this coming out in a couple days? John Wick Ballerina.
Yeah. The spinoff. Well, it's a spinoff. They're making John Wick 5. So they're making another John Wick. So it's like she's just an assassin that's in that world. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is, okay, you know who should have got a spinoff? Did you see John Wick 3 where Halle Berry had the character with the dogs? You remember that?
Yeah.
See, she would use dogs and shoot people. You know what I'm saying? That is believable. You know what I'm saying? A chick with 2 dogs who knows how to shoot. Yeah, I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? But if they have like a freaking 5'1" chick spin kicking dudes, you know what I'm saying? See, here's the thing. Here's the formula here, right? They can have chicks beating up dudes if they have superpowers, right? Or if you know what? How about this, Colin? Give them like a Russian accent or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, right? Isn't what I am Natalia? You know what I mean? Like some like Russian broad. You know that makes it a bit more believable. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, and they're doing the Donnie Yen spinoff. You know what I'm saying? But on TikTok. But yeah. So I mean, I might watch it when it comes out on Netflix or whatever. Fine, only because I like that whole universe with the assassins and everything. But do you remember on John Wick 1, the girl that deleted the black guy inside of the hotel and they shot her at the end because you're not supposed to kill someone?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
She wasn't like spin kicking. She outsmarted him and then killed the guy. So it can work, obviously, you know, but it seems I don't know. Like, I don't think I've seen enough previews yet. But guys, here, guys, we're gonna do a deep dive on we'll break some news here too, but guys, we'll do a deep dive on Thursday, right? Because we haven't done one in a little while. Guys, this chick calls herself the millennial grandma. And you guys might remember her from my repo videos. Guys, look. I was a 13-year-old mom. So, guys, she had her first baby at 12. Then her other one at like 17. Hold on.
I was pregnant, but at 12 years old, do you really know what being pregnant is?
So she's like 29, and her daughter's having a baby at like 18.
Oh, Jesus.
So she's a grandmother, and she's not even 30 yet. Absolutely insane. You know what I'm saying? So guys, we'll do a deep dive on this chick. Michael, what's up, dude? 2000s guy, what's up, man? Rajai is here. What's going on, my friend? What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Remixers here. Tall Starlight's here. Red Door's here. John Carlos here. Adrian's here. What's going on, guys? Guys, I'm trying to like enjoy the lives while they're like decently manageable. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a couple times where there's been like 180 people in here plus, and it's kind of hard to keep track. Tim Hicks, what's up, dude? Rockin' Diesel, Pyro's here. Pyro, how's it going, my friend? Jamaica's in the house.
Bombokas.
God of the Sea, what's up, man? Yeah, Ray said that in his middle school, they were girls were getting pregnant. Yeah, Dragon, what's up, dude? Chris Allen, what's up, man? Lenny's here. John James, what's up, man? Yeah. So, guys, we're gonna do a deep dive on this chick because her entire TikTok is an absolute mess. You know what I'm saying? Absolute mess. So, anyways, I digress. So Colin, what do you think about therapy? The whole therapy thing. You know?
It's absolute garbage.
Yeah. I agree. Now, guys, I think that if you have like PTSD or like, see, therapy should be for, first of all, step one, guys. Guys used to not need therapy because they had an uncle, their dad, their granddad, that fishing buddy. You know what I'm saying? Someone to talk to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oftentimes, guys, verbalizing your thoughts helps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So here's the way I see it. With therapy, mainstream therapy at this point is nothing but feminist broads telling men that everything is their fault. Everything, all the problems are they created themselves. All of society's problems are their fault. Here's the thing that I don't. With the 12-step programs, whether it be, AA, NA, or whatever 12-step programs, one thing I think they do actually get right is that, when people, they go get their, what do they call them? Not mentors, but sponsors.
Yeah.
Men get men sponsors and women get female sponsors.
Yeah. Well,
that's the one thing they get right.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. There's so many female therapists. Guys, never, ever, ever, ever have a female therapist, man. Yeah. Never talk to women about your problems. I caveat this, guys. The only women who you should talk to about your problems are like your grandma or your great grandma who grew up in a time where men were men. You know what I'm saying? Or if one of your friends is like a foreigner and he's from like a third world country, those his mom or his aunts or his grandma, they understand, like how men should act and women should act. You know what I'm saying? She said he drove one therapist to quit. Remixer says calling your dad's a lot cheaper. Yeah, talk to some stranger. Yeah. Let's see. 8-Bit Banger. What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Let me see. John James said he was in therapy 30 years ago. You can tell a therapist anything, no proof needed. You just gotta tell them whatever you wish. It's funny, yeah. Clayton, what's up, dude? Yeah, guys have therapists to call bartenders because that's back when the majority of bartenders were guys. Guys, this guy called into Tom Likas and was like, so, Tom, how do you feel about, like, should I tip the hot bartender because she's hot? Tom Likas, you tip the bartender if they're heavy-handed with the liquor. You know what I'm saying? If they're that guy who Colin walks in, hey, AJ, I'm like, Colin, Johnny Walker Black, one ice cube, right? Have it ready for him. That's the guy you tip. You don't tip some friggin' fake-titted, friggin' chopped up broad, please. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Chris says no female therapists. Yeah, Rock and Diesel, yes. Yep. Many female therapists are misandrous. Facts. Drop a 1, guys, if you agreed with Rock and Diesel. Yes. Yes. Laughing Man, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Yeah, guys. To think The longer that a woman's been in academia, the more brainwashed they are. You have a therapist who has a master's degree, right? That means she's been in academia for at least 6 years.
Yeah.
Learning to hate men. And somehow she's going to try and tell you how to deal with that masculine burden of performance.
Yeah.
Right? And guys, here's the thing. All right, Colin, cook with me here, right? They're going to always start with Colin is not reacting or acting like a woman, and that's his problem.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to be their number one thing. Well, have you considered insert feminine behavior? You're like, I'm a guy. Like, that's not how it works. Oh, well, you just believe to this Eurocentric, heteronormative, and they start throwing those words out there, and then you're cooked.
Right. So what it boils down to is that all these female therapists, they will say that the first thing you need to do is understand the female's perspective, not their actions and not their behavior, but their feelings, their perspective. And it's like, yeah, but the problem is her behavior and her actions.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And the disrespect. Hold on. Because advice. Someone had put this in the Discord, guys. Here, Colin, let's break some news. You're going to be my guest co-anchor, okay? Guys, what do I always say when it comes to these ICE raids, right? Nah. Nah. Hey, goodbye. Guys, Banana Chad is waiting for you. Bukele and El Salvador, he'll leave the light on for you. Let's go.
Let's actually zoom into one of those ICE raids right now. It led to this display of support outside Milford High School earlier today, where students, they actually got up and walked out of class in protest of the detention of their friend, Marcelo. NBC Boston's Mary Marcos is continuing our team coverage right now. She's got the details on the walkout. And Mary, why that student was detained in the first place?
Because he's here illegally!
Well, Colton, dozens of students walked through these doors calling on ICE to let their friend go, and immigration officials revealed the reason they took him in the first place.
Milford High School students didn't just walk out of class Monday, they erupted. The message written across their chest comes straight from the heart.
Everyone here loves him, and I hope he's okay.
The girlfriend of Marcelo Gomes says he was driving to volleyball practice Saturday morning when multiple cars swarmed him.
There's a lot of fear with everyone.
That means let's go.
Citizens, because it's just in the snap of a finger, your friend can just be taken away.
A friend who saw ICE take him away asked to remain anonymous.
When I saw all the cops, that's the first thing that came to my mind. Okay, ICE is here. This is happening. He's the nicest person we've ever met. We all want to help.
Immigration officials explained why they took the 18-year-old during a press conference Monday.
We're looking for his father. So obviously he isn't the father of the year because brought his son up here illegally as well.
Let's go! Guys, facts, right? Guys, was a lie told? Colin, did he lie?
No.
Right? Tim Hicks, he says that if you're a grandmother by 30, you messed up twice in life. Facts, guys, absolute facts. Yep.
Seriously, garlic
croutons, dude.
His lawyer says he was 5 years old when he came to the country on a student visa. She's demanding his immediate release from a detention center in Burlington, and so is the governor.
Unless ICE has additional information that would substantiate that this individual had some criminal involvement, he should be released.
That's all the students are asking for.
In the end, this will help other people that are also going through this, and will show that you can't take kids.
If they honestly think that this is going to help anything,
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked.
Guys, here we go. This is why you can't stick your you know what in crazy. Here we go, guys. Think of this. This kid, he managed to go to kindergarten, grade school, middle school, and high school illegally. Insane.
Your help. They're looking for a woman. Her name is. All right, Harris County Precinct 4 constables say they need your help. They're looking for a woman. Her name is Maria Gonzalez, and she's wanted for unlawfully installing a GPS on her spouse's vehicle. Fox 26 reporter Les Delaswar spoke with Precinct 4 and Fox 26 senior analyst Chris Tritico about how far this can go here in court.
The Precinct 4 constable's office says,
man, your Leslie here can get it, man. Look at this broad. How you doing? Now, guys, I know. She's a B-dub. So, of course, I'd have to tell her my name is Colin. and then friggin' hit her with my patented.
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
as Maria Gonzalez is wanted for unlawfully installing GPS devices in her spouse's vehicles.
Damn.
Now, the constable's office says that those vehicles were parked at 6800 Fox Knoll Lane. They also add that this all started back in August of 2023.
Investigation, we have to get subpoenas and stuff for the GPS records and ownerships of all that is what's led us today to be able to file charges against the suspect. They are not, my understanding, together as of now. But the relationship then and what started all this is still closed for the investigation. So there were several places that she did show up, which led us to further believe that she was the one that was tracking the GPS trackers because she wouldn't have known otherwise where these locations were.
We also spoke with Fox 26.
All right, guys, and we'll do one more. Here we go, guys. Once again, get him out of here. Watch.
Pilsen neighborhood once again on edge.
I'm sorry, guys. You might. Not,
After immigration agents take 2 people into custody in that southwest side community. Now, Alderman Byron Sicho Lopez says that those raids happened at a home and at a business.
Let's go.
It is frightening. I think that we got to understand that to everybody is that this can happen to anybody. We've seen.
Not to us, because we're citizens. What the fuck is going on, dude? What a Colin? Am I in Bizarro world here?
No, you're right. You're right.
What is going on? We don't have to worry about this, guys, because we're citizens, right? How does that make sense? It's just paranoia, right? This is propaganda that they're trying to spread, right? And guys. Everyone who has some sense wants these knuckleheads out of here. Yeah. There's no reason why the United States shouldn't be able to at least match the border policies of most of the world. You know what I'm saying? We probably have the most lax border policies, short of like someone like Southern Sudan, where they just barely have any people. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Legal residents, even U.S. citizens that have been detained. We can.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Normalize this.
It happened in Alderman Siccho Lopez's 25th Ward near 18th and Carpenter Streets around 8:30 Monday morning. Cell phone video shared with ABC7 shows several people wearing FBI vests in the neighborhood. The FBI released the following statement confirming their involvement in the raid. The response reads in part, "We can confirm that the FBI was supporting Department of Homeland Security immigration enforcement operations at a residence in the reference vicinity earlier today, which resulted in the apprehension of 2 subjects. The immigration status of the 2 men detained remains unclear."
We can tell from many witnesses and video footage there was not even an attempt to identify the two individuals. So we condemn the lack of due process.
Video from the scene also shows a Chicago police officer and her squad car. A spokesperson for the Chicago Police Department issued a statement which reads, "An officer was en route to court and observed law enforcement activity. Upon learning this activity was related to civil immigration enforcement, the officer immediately left the scene. At no point did the officer assist in immigration enforcement." Now, the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Office did not respond to our request for comment.
Guys, what do you think? Right? I say get them all out of here. I don't feel bad for them either, guys. You know? Oh, Mama! No!
Now at 10, ICE operations continue in San Antonio for a second day in a row. Agents are seen arresting migrants at immigration court.
And look at this scene on the northwest side. 3 people who appear to be part of a landscaping company. They were taken into custody in this parking lot of the shopping center. Tonight, KENS 5 reporter Megan Reyna is following all these developments for us. Megan?
Well, Henry Easties, this is part of the Trump administration's
look at this torta right here, man. Look at that.
Push for mass deportations. We heard from 2 immigration attorneys who watched as their clients were taken into custody today after they showed up to their scheduled immigration hearings.
Wow. Guys, are your arms tired from from playing the violin?
Crying out, "I don't want to die in Honduras," an emotional mother taken by ICE agents at immigration court Thursday. Another mother also placed in the same van. Her husband says she has no prior criminal history.
Mis hijas esperándolos en la casa. 6 niñas tengo que dependen de nosotros.
But like most arrested, she had just had her case dismissed by a judge.
We're requesting a merits.
Mi esposo. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué?
And the judge declined to set a merits hearing because DHS asked for the case to be dismissed and the client to be ordered removed, saying that it was not in the government's interest.
Now, guys, here's the thing. Guys, look at Colin's white. I'm black. Guys, look at all these. We have Jamaicans in here. We have Native Americans in here. We have old, young. We have Hispanics, and guys, we all agree on this, right? Right, guys?
Yeah.
This is not a race issue. It's not a class issue. This is a legal status issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at that.
A full case.
These videos shared to us show agents in the lobby of the immigration court waiting for migrants. One agent.
Yeah, Rockin' Diesel, he said it the best. We can't afford the whole world, the USA.
That's right. Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Facts, man.
Yeah.
Absolute facts. Yep.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I want my medication and I want my croutons, please.
Holding what appears to be a list with pictures. Shortly after, you see agents escort an entire family into a charter bus. ICE says these arrests are a part of the Trump administration's plans to reverse former President Biden's so-called catch and release program. They are now utilizing expedited removals. It allows them to fast-track deportations.
Yeah, see, Michael's black. Get him out. right through the uprights, right, guys?
For people who have been in the country.
Yeah, Michael makes a good point, right? Guys, do you know who the people that I know that are the most anti-legal immigrant? Colin can back this up. Legal immigrants!
Right.
Guys, all my Cuban friends, Romanian friends, especially those that are from Latin American places that actually immigrated legally. And guys, a lot of people who come from former communist countries, guys, they can't stand it. They can't stand it. You know what I'm saying? MGTOW Outlaw, what's up, dude? Guys, I'm going to drop the link to MGTOW Outlaw's channel. Guys, go over there, drop him a follow, man. I was just on his stream earlier, man. He's cool, dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Spreading the message. So let me see. Let me go to his channel really fast. But yeah, guys. But yeah, so guys, let's go back to the therapy thing, right? Because Colin, have you ever dated any of these chicks?
No.
That are in therapy? Because I know a girl who was in therapy for like 12 years. You know what the worst part about it is? How these chicks in therapy try to become junior therapists themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the only thing I would say dating a chick that's been in therapy for a while are these chicks. I mean, the only thing, it's almost as bad dating a chick who's been in therapy for a while as it is to date an actual therapist. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So back in the old days, the women of the neighborhood, they would get together and they would whine and complain, and they'd be each other's emotional tampons.
Yeah.
And now with the age of the modern day woman, now they have, just like childcare, they have to pay somebody else to be their emotional tampons.
Yeah, facts. Yep. And guys, there is a guy that I know. He's a Nigerian friend of mine, patriotic AF too. He's like, he's like, AJ, I will never go back to Nigeria. It is a shithole. USA is the greatest country on earth. So, guys, he was saying that Americans' families, we have such small families that we have to outsource things, right? In Nigeria, they have like 8, 9, 10 kids, and then they have all these cousins and aunts and uncles, and they have that uncle that they talk to or that aunt they talk to or whatever. That's the person that helps them get through things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Tim Hicks said that I had a chick in therapy that tried to analyze me. I told her don't. She tried again, and he Batmaned her ass. Guys, he said,
Who is this guy? I don't know.
Yeah. Jeff Smith said, you think that it was a scene Schindler's List with the illegals getting shot in the bottom? Yeah, please. Yeah, they're just going home. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So, guys, therapy now. I think that there's guys that have been in combat, you know what I'm saying, and stuff, that might need to talk to someone, right? There are people that have been through some serious stuff, right? Like, they're from war-torn countries or they were abused as children, you know what I'm saying? Where, yes, they might need to have some kind of a fixer-upper mentally. But guys, now, just like Colin said earlier, this modern therapy is this woo-woo crystals. I read it out of a book, Live, Laugh, Love bullshit, right? And it's just crap. It's absolute crap. These chicks, I have trauma because my boyfriend broke up with me. Please.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
All right, so guys, here we go. All right. Guys, can you think of a bigger grifter? Okay, Colin, Larry, Red Door, Really Rotten, All you guys. And guys, make sure to hit the join button or hit the link in the description, guys, for a membership. I'd really appreciate that. Probably have another daytime live here. Remember, guys, those that chat's usually members only. So, guys, make sure to hit the join button. Thanks to all you guys that are already members. You know. Hold on. Guys, make sure to hit the like button. What is going on here? One second. Okay. Colin, what's a bigger grift? You guys put a 1 for female dating coaches for men or female therapists for men.
Oh, dude. Oh, man, dude. No, honestly, I gotta say they're both on the 9,000 scale, dude.
Yeah. That's a tough one, right? Right, guys?
It's over 9,000.
Guys, what do you think? George says, I'm so happy for the deportations, but can we round up all the homeless in Seattle, poor Portland? You know what? I-5, dude. Yeah, guys, I'm from Seattle, George. They should just take a flamethrower and just get all those out of here, guys. No, seriously, dude. Colin, George, all you guys who still live in the Northwest. I don't know how you do it, man.
Yeah, you know, the only disagreement I'm going to have about that comment is that a good portion of those homeless are, disabled vets who are, our government basically told them, oh, you're a man, you got a problem, go piss off, figure it out yourself.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
So that's one that's got some nuance to it.
Yeah. That's true. George, thanks for the $4.99, man.
No, you're not asking me. No, it's called garlic croutons. No, it's not. Yeah, and they're right there on the seat.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we have a little bit of discussion, guys. I did drop the StreamYard link, guys. This is a call-in show. So, guys, make sure to hit the button. And David, man, thanks for the $5 on the Cash App, man. Thanks for that. Appreciate that. Thanks so much. All right. Digital says that the dating coach, 1 was a dating coach and 2 is the therapist, right? I have 1, 2. Oh, guys, you know what? I'm going to have to do a poll here. All right. Let's do a poll. Hey, give me a second, guys. Let me do a poll here, okay? Because I'm really, really interested in what people have to say about this, okay? So here, give me 1 second, guys. Poll. Who happened? Oh. Who is worse? Who's the worst? Female, male, dating coaches. Or female therapists. Okay, guys, be sure to vote because I want to know. Guys. I see. Wow. Yeah, that's a good question, man. That's a good question. Now, Colin, which one do you think is worse? And let me know why. And then I'll tell you my answer.
What was the question again?
Who is worse? Female dating coaches or female therapists?
Well, I just told you they're equally bad, dude.
Okay. I think that female therapists are worse. And that's because these female dating coaches, they don't have any degree or anything on their side. They're just trying to grift, right? But the therapists think that their 6 years of woke college gives them some type of authority or understanding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
There are female dating coaches that just know in their heart that they're grifters, but therapists actually think that they're just and that they're righteous and that they're doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely insane. Okay, so here we go. Right.
I'm a therapist.
So this chick here, I'm a therapist for men, please.
For men, and I'm not doing my job if I don't acknowledge that the feedback I offer my clients is biased by my experience as a woman. As much as I may believe that vulnerability is a human right, I have to acknowledge that I'm given way more permission as a woman to express my emotions freely, openly, and honestly than men.
Right there, guys. You men just aren't allowed to express your emotions because because you should be like us women and cry. That's where she's starting from, guys.
Yeah, no, okay, no, you convinced me. You're right. The therapists are worse. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
Look at this. Men, it's not that we're not allowed to express our emotions. We just express them differently. And if we did express them like women, no one would give a damn. What are you talking about?
I don't acknowledge this bias with my clients, then the feedback I offer, especially around emotions, could easily and rightfully be perceived as misguided and insensitive. And let's be honest, you may even perceive that sort of feedback as harmful. I actually think my perspective as a woman is really helpful when I'm working with clients because I'm able to offer a different perspective instead of just speaking to each other.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Do you see this condescension she has in her voice? Right,
Yeah,
guys?
I guess actually, now that I even think about it even more, I was completely wrong. I'm sorry. These therapists, because they have that, just like you just said, because they have that, that 6-year or whatever, bull crap degree, they feel like they have that sense of authority. But the problem is that all their clients will also validate and reinforce that sense of authority. And I'm sorry, I was wrong, dude. The therapists are like much worse. Yeah, you're wrong. Yeah.
So Red Falls Black says that female dating coaches for men or therapists are two wings of the same bird, and that bird is a vulture. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Absolute facts. Yeah. Guys, someone said, why the long face?
Rather within an echo chamber, I'm able to say, hey, have you ever thought about it this way? I think the best kind of therapist is one that can meet you where you're at while still challenging you to grow.
You're a woman. You can't meet us where we're at. What are you talking about? You absolute dunderhead.
You stupid woman.
Why? Yes. Yep. Hey Larry, your camera's on. So turn your camera on and turn your camera off, and I'll let you up, buddy. She's conditioning men to be simps. Facts. Larry, your camera's still on, so turn your camera off, and I'll bring you up, buddy. And guys, anyone who wants to call in, guys, make sure that your sound is clear. Make sure that there's no background noise, right? And make sure that your camera's off, and then make sure that the YouTube is turned off in the background. So there you are. Larry, what's up, dude?
And make sure that you find a therapist who is aware of their blind spots.
A woman aware of her blind spots.
A lot of that was a
lot. What a joke.
When their feedback may actually come from a place of privilege. Without that, it's going to be really tough to build trust with that person. Internalizing and integrating feedback from someone that we don't believe actually gets it probably isn't going to take us very far. I'm a therapist for men.
Guys, George said female dating coaches for men might cost them money, but female therapists may cost them their lives. Yes, facts. That's a good one. That's a good one, man. Dude, thanks for that. Let's see. And thanks for the $4.99, my friend.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I want my medication and I want my croutons, please.
Guys, make sure to hit the like button. Guys, we have 106 people watching with 57 likes. Hit the like button. Larry, man, there you are. There you are. Yeah, you disconnected for a second. So, here we go.
And I'm not
All
doing
right. Now, guys, we have a lot more from her, so hold on. This dunderhead say.
So it's one of those things where as you're going through life, like it doesn't always make a ton of sense. And then in hindsight, it's
Garrett Grant, what's going on, my friend? Let's see here.
it's completely obvious. I just happened to coincidentally be assigned a lot of male clients through my clinical training.
Could it be because there's not a lot of male therapists, right? Yeah.
And be assigned to a lot of male clinical supervisors. So male therapists were supervising the work that I was doing. I don't know if this was the powers that be thinking that these clients and supervisors would be a good fit for me or just completely coincidental. But the reality is I got these experiences and I loved these experiences. The last thing that I wanted to share, and I don't know, this may be a little bit controversial, is the reality that my passion for this work, my commitment to this advocacy and the work that I do one-on-one with clients is rooted in my personal identity as a feminist.
No! Guys, we knew that was going to happen. We knew it.
See, these guys, they cannot help but tell on themselves.
Guys, look. Is it funny how just like someone put the bat sign, walk just shows up right in time? Guys, here. We need to listen to that again, okay?
So it's one of those.
You know what? Here, walk, sinister here. How do you feel about this whole therapy thing, okay? All these chicks talk about their therapy and their trauma, their healing and their blah, 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 blah. How do you feel, man?
I feel like Jim Jones told more truths before he gave those people that Kool-Aid.
It's true. It's all one big grift, guys. It's all one big grift. Black Pill Daniels, what's up, dude? CTK said, I've seen a female therapist, and she told me that I go after women that are out of my league. Of course she'd say that, right? Of course.
They are the absolute worst.
Yeah.
Every chick that I've dated who said she went to a therapist, they all said the same thing when they got. So what did you learn from the therapist? What did you realize? I just realized that I didn't know my worth. Really?
Yeah. I needed to love
really,
myself.
That's all you got.
I need to love myself and learn about myself.
Yeah, I need to love myself more.
Walk. Dude, your microphone is messing up just a little bit. Are you on a speakerphone or you have headphones or what? Usually you're good. It's like 10% of the time where you kind of go out a little bit. So if you, I don't know if you're
all right now.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
What are you saying?
I said, yeah. That's all they do is say that, I need to love myself more, or I didn't know my worth, or just something stupid.
Yeah. And guys, here's the crazy thing too. Is this? These chicks that are in therapy, right? Well, here, guys, we are in such a misandrous society, guys. You guys know how like Asians and Hispanics and African chicks and stuff, when a girl tries to date their brother, if it's an 8-ish chick, she'll like be protective of her brother. Like she's not good enough for my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Guys, chicks and the like white girls, black girls especially, will automatically take the woman's side over their own brother. That's how misandrous they are. And that, guys, Larry, so I think that I have an echo from you, man. Do you have a speakerphone or here? Try getting headphones. You know what I'm saying? But
I am using headphones.
Yeah.
Is the YouTube on in the background?
No, just your show. It's on the StreamYard. It's my first time calling out on the StreamYard.
Okay. Wait,
Are you on your phone, Larry? 'Cause if you're on your phone, you may have the YouTube window still open in the background.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Yeah. Just close YouTube and you'll be fine. Because even if it's on a different window, it picks it up somehow. So
Yeah, I just did. Everything shut down.
yeah, okay. So but yeah, guys.
So about that, AJ, if you haven't noticed the shift, so you're right. White women and black women, they do automatically side with the women, even over their own male relative, right? But if you haven't noticed, slowly now the Asian women and the Latin women are doing it too.
Yeah, yep.
Well,
Guys,
Latin women, they're cooked. The Mexican women and the Puerto Ricans, all them, they're cooked. They're already swallowed it, hook, line, and sinker. But the Asian women are getting more and more, which they were like our last beacon of hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know, Asians are cooked when you start seeing Asian girls majoring in underwater lesbian studies in college. Because you guys remember all the hot girls in like engineering and math classes were always the Asians. You know what I'm saying? You'd see some Asian or some Korean cutie or some Vietnamese hot girl who was like taking calculus or whatever, or like some engineering class, you know. But now you see them majoring in friggin' outer space, anti-dimensional, non-binary theory, you know. So
no, what I'm seeing is a lot of them not even the only ones that are still really going to college are the Chinese and the Indians, but the Cambodians and the Vietnamese, they're not even going to college anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how come when I see the Vietnamese or the Cambodians, I'm like, oh yeah, you don't have a degree, you're dumb.
Yeah.
Like you're a disappointment to the Asian race.
Now, guys, okay. Now, walk, Larry, Colin. We're gonna replay this, okay? Because this chick here is a therapist for men, okay? And walk, Larry. I don't know if you answered this. What do you think is worse, a female therapist for men or a female dating coach for men?
A female therapist by far, because the therapist will give him advice that will just make him want to kill himself.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. Yep.
I put it in the chat.
As you're going through life, like it doesn't always make a ton of sense, and then in hindsight, it's completely obvious. I just happened to coincidentally be assigned a lot of male clients through my clinical training and be assigned to a lot of male clinical supervisors. So male therapists were supervising the work that I was doing. I don't know if this was the powers that be thinking that these clients and supervisors would be a good fit for me or just completely coincidental. But the reality is I got these experiences and I loved these experiences. The last thing that I wanted to share, and I don't know, this may be a little bit controversial, is the reality that my passion for this work, my commitment to this advocacy and the work that I do one-on-one with clients is rooted in my personal identity as a feminist. I believe that we are all entitled to inclusive, culturally competent therapy, and that includes men. I believe there's a...
Now, guys, why would anyone give this chick his money? I mean, their money. Why would anyone give this absolute dunderheaded moron their money? You guys work all day at the plant. You guys work all day selling cars, building houses, working on the road. Fixing cars. Working your IT thing just to give a day's pay or 2 days pay to this dunderhead every month. Come on, man.
So I can tell you who her male clientele are. They're gay men and they're married white men, because married white men are used to being subjugated by women.
Yep.
Beta male.
Exactly. Yep. It's true.
All the women friends are telling them to go to therapy.
Yep.
There's a gap in the field as it's a very female saturated field. Most therapists are female, and the majority of clients are women who seek therapy. The resource of therapy has just naturally become pretty feminized. I think it's really important that therapy be a welcoming and accessible space for men as well, because I think we all deserve that. I don't know how surprising that is that you're therapist for men is a feminist, but there we are.
If you believe any of this crap, guys,
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
come on, dude. Come on, guys. It keeps going. Hold on.
You can't hate men and want to see them be better at the same time.
Yeah, facts.
You know, other men are probably more capable of answering this question than me.
And yet you're going to answer it anyways. You're still going to run your damn mouth anyways. Come on, man. Come on.
You stupid woman.
I can tell you that lots of men are wanting to go to therapy, and lots of men.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Work with a female therapist. I think one of the reasons is because men can feel really judged by other men for expressing emotions, being in pain, struggling, or expressing vulnerability. Yes, I know. Women attack men for vulnerability too. I know. But are we pretending that men do not also judge other men for vulnerability?
We don't.
We don't.
What are you talking about?
I'll tell you what works better than therapy for men. You know, you got one guy has a car and he invites all his buddies over and they all work on his car on
Exactly.
the weekend, drink some beers, or they all go fishing. And they don't even have to talk to each other.
Yes.
Just the presence alone lets him know that he's not alone, right? That feeling of alone and I'm going through something, like he doesn't even get to escape all that.
Yeah.
And
Larry.
that's therapy for him.
Larry, question for
Yeah.
you. Your microphone, are you really, really close to your microphone? Because now it's a little bit off, but we'll work with it. If Colin, Walk, me, and yourself were on a dock with beer and fishing rods, how long do you think that we could go without saying a word to each other?
Till someone catches a fish.
Thank you. Now your microphone sounds better. I don't know what you did, but you sound better. So, yeah, guys, I guarantee you we can go hours. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Walk pulls up in his brand new vet. Hey, yo, guys, Walk has a new vet. All the guys are in a semicircle around the open hood of the car. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, King of the Hill did it best, dude. King of the Hill did it best.
Yeah.
No, it's not all men. I know a lot of men have friendships that are very safe, have therapists who are men who are very safe. But unfortunately, this is just not always true. This is why I think it's really important that men have access to therapy with a female therapist who is specialized in men's mental health.
Think about that. Access to a female therapist who specializes in men's health. Is that not the biggest oxymoron, guys?
Specialized by the professor. The left-leaning professor.
What are you talking about? What are you, guys? They're so delusional. It's crazy. Pork Rinds, what's up, dude? Kevin Murray's here. Let me see. Joe Dash is here. Joe Dash, what's up, man? Sid is here. Good to see you guys. Really Rotten's here.
Just because I am not a man, just because some other therapist is not a man, does not mean that they can't help you.
Please.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
If you think you might have a tumor and you're going to go see an oncologist,
It's not a tumor.
are you only going to trust them if they too have struggled with
That's not the same thing. You can't compare anatomy with psychology.
Hold on a minute, though. I'm only going to see a male oncologist. I'm sorry.
Well, guys, the only female doctors I'd see are the Indians. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Anusha Patel, because they're all pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like they all graduated the top of their class because they had their parents made sure that they got straight A's. You know what I'm saying?
If your doctor is a female, she walks in the room and you don't feel the need to yell "duck sniper." You got the wrong female doctor.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So.
I think there are benefits to working with a therapist who doesn't completely align with our lived experiences. And I think for a lot of men, working with a female therapist can add a layer of safety and security to therapy, which can feel like a very vulnerable experience that they might not feel like they can get with.
Do you guys see how she's just men? This feminist, men need to be vulnerable. Men need to be vulnerable. Do you guys remember that scene in Fight Club where what's his name's cleaning his shirt and then Tyler's in the bathtub and he's like, and then I'm like, Dad, what should I do? And he said, go to college. So I went to college, and then I said, Dad, now what? Get a job. Then I said, Dad, now what? Get married. And what was the line he said about like, the last thing that I need is another woman telling me to do whatever? Hold on. Dang, I used to have Fight Club memorized. Fight Club and get married. Scene. Let's see. Hold on. What is this? Ooh, former Jackson Health Foundation COO accused of stealing millions. Guys, what do you think that person looks like? So guys, we are jumping all over tonight, okay? We're jumping all over the place tonight. Guys, look at look.
We continue working a developing story at Jackson Health. A former member of the hospital's top brass has been busted by the feds. Local 10's Glenna Milberg is live in Miami with what she's learned. Glenna.
Look at that turkey neck. Look at she looks like the crypt keeper.
Wow.
Yo, look at that. Look at that.
Stealing from her own public charity, Nicole. They saw it coming here because it was Jackson's Brass who found it in the first place last fall and notified federal agents. And Charmaine Gatlin, who was the COO here until last fall.
Charmaine, guys, right? Charmaine Gatlin, guys. We all know what that sounds like.
Her first court appearance.
Sounds like the usual suspects.
Jackson.
Look at that, guys.
Surprise.
Guys.
Come on, man.
Is anyone gonna bet against us and our predictions here? You know what I'm saying?
Foundation's smiling former boss on LinkedIn is now a federal criminal defendant charged with laundering money, millions donated for the medically needy, for sick children, for the indigent, and those who need Miami-Dade's public safety net. Charmaine Gatlin was the foundation's chief operating officer.
Oh, look. She has her pronouns in here, right?
For a decade until last November, fired when Jackson Health System Brass found the fuzzy math. Alerted federal agents have been working with them ever since. Expensive gifts from Louis Vuitton and Gucci, orchestrated from a foundation vendor. Kickbacks, doctored invoices, a rose gold golf cart that may have looked like this one, delivered to her home then in Weston. All per federal agents who tally $3.6 million.
$3.6 million.
For Gatlin, her family, and also a nonprofit in Atlanta. It was in Georgia, where Gatlin now lives, that FBI agents arrested her Wednesday, and where
they kicked in the door.
Her first appearance in federal court. Hours later, Jackson's employees, who were already spreading the news, received this email from the top, angry and disappointed that someone so trusted could steal millions meant for the people who come to Jackson for help and hope.
And you know,
man, I wouldn't trust a B-dub with a freaking pudding pop. You understand? What are you talking about?
You know, they always embezzle and steal so much money, like these lavish amounts, like the one with the food stamps. 66 million in food stamps. What did you do with all that money? Like, you got to have the best nuclear bunker ever known to man, fully stocked. Because, like, she didn't have an expensive house or like a Lamborghini in the driveway or anything. So, like, what was she doing with the money?
Here it is.
Get married.
Here you go.
You can't get married. 30-year-old boy.
We're a generation of men raised by women. I'm wondering if another woman is really the answer we need.
See? There it is. There it is. I'm wondering if another woman is the answer to what we need. There it is, guys. Right there. Look at that. One of the greatest movies of all time, by the way. Right, guys?
Yeah, it's true though. It's true though.
Go. Yep.
You're raised by women, so mostly by your mother because the courts took you away from your father, gave you to her. Then you go to teacher, they've kicked all the male teachers out of school because they deem them predators when it's the women that are preying the most. And now you go to church, and now they kick out most of the male pastors. So now you've got these lesbian female pastors.
Yep.
So is the answer really another woman? Yeah, you go to work, then you work, and you work. All your supervisors are female.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now, guys, let's look at these simps here. It takes strength and character to want to be a better human. It's hard work to have your weaknesses and trauma brought to the forefront. This guy says, I need a softer person, and my therapist is a female. She made me feel safe, and I don't have to be hard around her. I could fix the little dude inside due to mommy issues. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Come on. Look at
God. What a bunch of soy bullshit.
My therapist is a woman, and I've been seeing her for 2 years now. I'm not exaggerating when I say she saved my life. I don't think I've gotten through what I have without her. Beta male. Come on, dude. Best thing that I ever did to heal after abuse and focused on being the best dad possible to model for my sons and help them heal. Oh no. Beta! Guys, come on.
Game of Thrones got it right. Iron sharpens iron.
It's true.
Men need to go to men for therapy.
Yep, it's true. Okay, here we go. I've recently started seeing a male therapist after years of seeing a female therapist. It's just so hard to trust what he's saying or feel like I can open up. I thought it might be beneficial. I have issues with men. I think it's been less useful. You have issues with men and you're a guy? What are you talking about? Beta! What are you talking about?
You know who he voted for?
Look at that. Look at that. I can't open up to men at all. It's just my nature. Who are these simps?
This is what we're fighting.
They're the ones that have enough money.
This is the reason why we are where we are, because there's too many of men like that.
Yes. Yep.
Where do they get the money to spend on all these therapists? Like $100 an hour.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it is that their work has to give it to them through their insurance, and they give them just enough to where then they have to start paying for it. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not like back in the day. Remember back in the day, if men were like that, obviously weak, like you could unalive them and nobody would care.
Well, here's the thing. The Aleuts, I would say, they were the most gangster because if you weren't pulling your weight with the caravan going through the frozen tundra, they would just leave you on a thing of ice and let you float out to the ocean.
Exactly. Yeah.
You weren't pulling your weight, you know? So, okay, here we go.
I was about to start therapy, but now you have a decision. Do you work with a therapist in person, or do you find someone you can see virtually? I'm Dr. Audra. I'm a licensed psychologist in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm a therapist for men. First and foremost, every person is going to have a different preference and every therapist is going to have a different opinion, but I'm here to share with you mine. For me, in person is where it's at, and for a few reasons.
Because you get paid more, you dumb. Guys, fuck this chick, man. I try to not swear. I really do, guys, but like, shut up.
Say the weird thing.
Therapy is so stigmatized for men that even well-meaning mental health professionals add to that stigma. You want to know how I know? I'm a therapist for men, and I have only come across one other woman in all of North America with the same specialization.
Say
Look at that, guys.
I have to agree with her though. I do think if men are going to get therapy from her, they should do it in person because punching her in the face through a TV screen just doesn't have the same effect.
Pyro, what's up, dude? I think he's getting his microphone sorted. Now, guys, hold on. Let's go here really fast. Where are we? Hold on. What percentage? Okay, now, guys, look at this. In 2023, an estimated 28.5% of women got treatment or counseling in the last year, right? Compared to 13. I have a lot of background noise coming from someone. Please mute yourself. Let me see. There was something about Gen Z. So women are almost twice as likely as men to go to mental health. And then there was something about like 1 and 2 Gen Z people. Oh, yeah. 55% of Gen Z and millennials have been in therapy. 55%. Look at that, guys. Now, guys, here you go. Look at this. Why are most therapists females? Now, guys, there's something that I want you to see. Someone says, there's nothing wrong with this question. There's a huge study where women tend to be more interested in people than men. Sure, both are interested in each, but the very interested part is dominant. It's reasonable to say that the study of humanities, you have to be very interested in people. There'll be some kind of social and economic pressure, not mainly those salary working kids. The idea of men, stupid men, no emotions, and only anger, cavemen, aggressive. There could be a huge debate. These things are socially induced. Now, women outnumber men in mental health, but not in the field's top echelons. As you see, as you move up the ranks, there are fewer women. I don't know where you live, but in the United States, 83% of mental health counselors are women. 67% psychologists are women. And psychiatrists are split 50-50. Look at that, guys. Now, guys, why do you think 83% of counselors are women?
Because it's an easy job.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, you get to sit in the air conditioned space and just run your mouth, and you don't have to be right.
Yeah, it's a barely decent paying, easy class. Yeah, it's not an easy job because it weighs on them, but it's like a social worker where they get a lot of like social status, I guess, with their friends because they can always be a victim. Oh my God, my job! I'm trying to save people. I'm trying to help the people. You know what I'm saying?
They get a lot of social status because it carries a title also. I'm a psychologist, and on top of that, I don't know if anybody's ever been to college, but psychology is one of the easiest classes to take. Like I advise you, if you're going to go to college, take psychology. It is the easiest A that you can get. Nobody can prove you wrong.
Yeah. So then 67% of psychologists are women. Psychology is one of the easiest PhDs to get. I mean, really? But guys, look at psychiatry. Why do you think that there's a lot of men that are psychiatrists and less women? It's because, guys, you got to be an MD and a PhD to be a psychiatrist, right?
Yeah, I was just about to point that out. That you have psychiatrists are the ones that can prescribe medicine.
Yeah,
and those are usually men.
Science. Also, guys, okay. If there wasn't any money or social prestige in being a doctor, men wouldn't be doctors. My dad, he's a doctor. He's an outgoing guy, but he hates patients. The only reason why he was a doctor is because it paid good. And then he had the best pickup line there was. I am a doctor. You know what I'm saying? But guys, like that's why men are psychiatrists. There's a whole lot of benefits for men to be, and once again, the whole science part's not that difficult. You know what I'm saying? For guys.
Yeah,
So-
no, the science part comes easy, and there's even like a small bit of math because you have to calculate dosage for patients. So that comes easy for men too.
Yeah.
And the chicks get to wear pantsuits.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, guys. So yeah, anything that's difficult, men do. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. There's 3 more men in it, and anything that pays a lot. Look at this. The therapist attachment got way too far. I'm attached as my therapist. I don't go a day with even an hour without thinking about her. I love her more than every single one of my friends. This has to be a chick.
Definitely. Because
look, guys, hold on. I found her phone number, her address. I know a lot about her family. I have an album on my phone of the pictures that I find of her. Jesus.
Imagine if a dude said that.
Yeah. He'd be getting charges right about now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one thing those articles don't talk about, they said that, what was it, like 60 or 70% of millennials and Gen Z are seeking therapy now?
Hold on, guys. Look, wait. What? I just want to say that reading through this, my heart's filled with so much compassion for you because I know what it's like. This happened to her. This person's a young girl. She did the same thing. Attached to her therapist too. What is going on? Look at this. And now she has another one she's attached to. And guys, these chicks, they substitute therapy for a boyfriend or a husband and children. What were you saying, buddy?
Well, I think the root cause of it is they're all being raised by single mothers who don't listen to them, don't properly nurture them. And so the minute they do get some therapists who, pseudo gives them some sort of just a little bit of nurturing, they latch onto that. That replaces the love that they got from that single mother who's busy on TikTok shaking her ass.
Yeah.
That's true. Dang. This is God, look at this.
I'm telling you, man, single mothers.
All these people all say the same thing, that they like obsess over their therapist. Ugh.
I guarantee you, if you ask every last one of them, they were raised by a single mother. Mother, or their father was a beta and their mother wore the pants in the house.
Yep. And then, hold on, guys. There was something else here. 75.6% of all therapists are women, while 24% are men. The average age of an employed therapist is 41 years old. And most therapists are white. So, guys, there are these woke white chicks that are trying to be therapists, right? And guys, make sure to hit the like button, guys. We have 106 people while watching. We have 85 likes. Guys, hit the join button. Hit the super chat button. I appreciate that. Let's go back here. Okay.
What do say in session and what they actually mean. I'm Lauren. I'm a licensed mental health counselor. This is in between sessions where I talk about therapy and therapeutic topics in between my sessions. Number one is, where do you think that comes from? Means tell me about the origin of when you first felt that or heard that. Maybe that comes from your childhood, but I don't want to lead you and say, does that come from your dad, mom? I just want to leave it open.
You notice how she said dad first, guys? You notice how she said that?
Yeah.
Isn't it funny, right?
To see you interpret from that question.
But she doesn't want to lead you.
Yeah. With you. This means that something happened in our last session that I want to know if it left any emotional peanuts behind. I use the word emotional peanuts because
listen to this chick's voice. Can you imagine paying to hear this voice? Because you guys know who she sounds like, right?
No, you're not asking me. No, it's called garlic croutons. Yeah, and they're right there on the seat.
As I start unpacking, and sometimes when we unpack some shit, we find peanuts days later. So I'm making space at the beginning of the session.
Guys, put a 1 if you agree. Guys, they can't turn this shit off.
They
When they
can't.
come home, they cannot, guys. That's
They
why you
can't.
never date a therapist.
And it's
Never
just
date a therapist.
it's the same as dating a chick who's been in the military, who has achieved a certain amount of rank. When she gets home, she's so used to telling men what to do at work that when she gets home, she can't turn it off. So you're gonna have the most problems with her. So it's the same thing.
Walk. I know you just came home, but I'm sensing there's some peanuts. Okay. Reginald, what's up, dude?
And to check in with you, and you can tell me if there was anything that came up from our last session in the week following. I'm just kind of opening this up to feedback too in this question. So you can share with me how the last session went, if there are things you liked or didn't like, and we can keep moving along. This is just a really good relational tool to keep checking in on your client and allow the client, if you're the client, to advocate for themselves and share what's working and what's not working in therapy. If I repeat a word that you used back to you and then I say nothing else. Language is really important, and I want us to think about the language that we're using in session and whether or not that language.
Guys, there's another thing that we're going to transition to, and that's if therapy doesn't work for you, it's something that you're doing wrong. You'll see that a lot, right?
Changes or, what that language means to us. So if I repeat a word back and I just sit with it in silence, I usually hope that the client will hear weird. I don't know what that means to you, but I'm going to do a little something to make you.
I can't. I'm sorry. Guys, here, look at.
We now can banter
Pull out the race car. Up the race car. You forget.
Here to introduce a real discussion about why therapy might not be working for you.
Here you go.
So let's come on, let's dig in. By digging into these truth bombs. It can be about finding the right therapist or counselor, or the approach, the tools and the resources that they're using. What type of therapy are they using for you? That could be, but not always. The majority of the time it's because y'all are not using the tools that you're learning in your sessions.
So it's your fault.
Yeah.
So keep coming back to me, because if you would just do what I told you the way that you're supposed to exactly do it the exact way, then you come on.
Yeah, you're crazy and hard headed.
Outside of therapy, it's 167 hours in between the 1 hour a week. So when you come in and you
guys, why would you go to a B-dub for anything? Because that has to be the dumbest thing that you could ever do. Because there is no object, no nothing that I would trust a B-dub with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Me neither.
Come on, man.
You're a therapist and you learn it and you say, well, I'm not getting better, but you're only utilizing it during the therapy hour, right? Then you need to start practicing it. So what I want y'all to do is come in and take one tool that you have learned in therapy. And I want you to practice setting the intention of using that tool every single day for 5 minutes a day. Okay, so let's get in the habit of using those tools, but I only want you to choose one. If you've used them,
shut up. Look, this one says you have to hold their hands. This has to be a B-dub. Think about how callous this sounds, right? You're supposed to be trying to help them. What a joke. Hold on. Okay, now guys, let's look at this here, right? This chick doesn't have a lot of good things to say about therapists. Okay, watch.
There's a creator here that posted a multi-video story time about her therapy experience from hell that left her jobless, living with her therapist, and ended up in like this indentured servitude type situation.
Living. Hold on. You guys want to see if we can find that story?
Yeah. How the hell does that happen?
Yeah.
About my former therapist, not my current one. I'm happy to say I no longer have a therapist who's actively trying to ruin my life, but unfortunately, at one point I did, and you guys are about to hear all about it. I think it's important that I give you context. I was 21 years old, in my junior year of college studying neuroscience, and I had a full-time job as a nanny. I think it's
full-time jobs at any. So hard, right?
important that I highlight the fact that I was 21 years old and as naive as a 21-year-old.
There's guys.
Man, that's cap.
Yeah, you're 21. What are you talking about? You can smoke. You can drink. What do you can vote.
They honestly don't believe that they grow up or mature enough to make sound decisions until they hit 30. That's when you can start. Yeah,
Ever.
well, yeah.
Yo, dude. You haven't seen the show, dude. 3 or 4, they do not grow up. They only grow old. Come on now.
Yeah. I made the shirt and the cup.
That's why AJ have so much videos of women in their 30s, their 30s and 40s and 50 crying like, they're not getting any dates. I'm not getting dates like I used to.
I'm dropping one of these chicks in their 70s, guys. One.
What?
In their 70s, yeah. I made one a while ago, yeah. But these chicks are in their 70s. Matter of fact, hold on, guys. Hold on. Let's here.
This series.
Let's come back to this.
You literally have 2 foot in the grave. Yeah, 2 foot in the graves.
On, guys. I save a lot of videos for no, the chick is for 60s. Oh no! The sound is gone. Dang it! Dang it! Oh man, never mind. Not doing that one now. Here you go. This is chick in their 60s. Look.
Hey, 60s and single. How have you guys been? Let's catch up. From the last time that we've talked about our dating life and
cooked.
Very much.
Cooked. Oh, guys, let me go to the poll here. Okay, let's see. Let's close the poll. Okay, so guys, we had 105 votes. Yeah, female therapist won out, man. Yeah, I agree. I think female therapists are the worst. So, okay. Let's get back to these knuckleheads here, though.
This series is about my former old and as naive as a 21-year-old is. And the therapist in this story was 56 at the time. Not only was I significantly younger than her, but I was vulnerable with the person who I was supposed to be able to be vulnerable with. In sharing this story, I don't want to discourage anyone from starting therapy. Because therapy is great when you have the right therapist.
And that's the thing about women, guys. Because men don't have bad stuff happen and say, "Don't do it." Don't do it. Yeah. I don't want to discourage you guys from doing it. But here's this horrible experience that I had. Please.
But I do want to make you aware that people enter the field of mental health for different reasons, and unfortunately, their intentions are not always good. I ended up with a therapist who manipulated me, took advantage of me, and ruined my life at the time. I'm sharing this story because I've had time to heal from the damage she did, and it's important that others are aware that situations like this can happen. Even though I filed a report against her, my former therapist is still practicing. She's out there. She might be working with one of y'all. So if you live in New Orleans. But anyway, back to the story. I was 21 years old, in college, with a full-time job, and I was stressed out. So I decided to get a therapist, not only to help with the stress, but because I was trying to work my way back to myself. I'd worked as a living...
What does that mean? Work my way back to myself?
Yeah, what the hell does that mean?
What does that even mean?
You stupid woman!
A nanny during COVID, and I'd basically given up my whole life during that time, and I started to deal with some depression. I also wasn't able to have a therapist growing up, so I had a few traumas that I'd never been able to address. So anyways, I decided I was finally ready to start talking to someone. I had a very specific criteria.
You know what else is actually good for you? You guys know what a rage room is?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Go in there and just yell, just break some shit.
Yeah. There's one of those near where I live, and you can donate stuff there too. And guys, a rage room, they give you all these hammers and tools and axes, and then they give you a room, and you just smash stuff, TVs, refrigerators, everything, just bash stuff to bits.
You know what else is good? Like a gun running.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So AJ, can I interrupt? Sorry. What this Bob was just talking about, this is awfully indicative of what women call "quote unquote" groomers.
Yes. And I guarantee that her therapist, guys,
lesbians.
come on, you know what I'm saying? Had to be, you know.
Before. My therapist had to be Black. She had to be a woman.
There you go. There you go. Right there. Right there, guys. Right there. Right there.
Why am I not surprised?
There it is. Had to be Black. Had to be a woman. So you're limiting yourself to a small group. You're so stupid.
Had to be older than me. I wanted a female therapist because that just made the most sense given
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
some of my life experiences. Specifically a
AJ.
Black woman because
You know why she picked a Black woman? It's because she sees that she sees it as like we're Black, so you must understand this. We're all in this together.
Yeah.
It's more like that.
Yeah, and guys,
you
we
wouldn't
all
betray
know.
me.
Yeah,
you wouldn't
how
betray me
these-
like the
how
white man.
these whole Black community, black people are. And guys, you all know what walk and pyro and rage I say, right?
We're out here building a new nation for Black people. It's time for you to start paying some dues, nigga. I ain't giving you shit.
I thought that a Black person could better relate to me and understand me and my experiences. And I wanted someone older than me because I've always been a little bit wiser than my peers. So I just
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
wanted someone who was an intellectual match. So I found Lori in my insurance portal and I gave her a call. She answered the phone and I asked her if she was accepting new clients. Lori is not her real name, but it's what we'll refer to her as during this story. She said yes, that she was taking new clients, and I introduced myself and told her that I was looking to start sessions. She told me that she was in the middle of a session, so she'd call me back in a bit. That should have been the first red flag, that she'd taken my call and chatted with me for so long while she was in the middle of a session. But I digress. She called me back a few hours later and we got scheduled for a few weeks out. She told me that she didn't currently have an office. Her sessions were held at a coffee shop that had really nice outdoor seating, or sometimes we'd be able to have sessions sitting on the bayou.
Hold on.
It sounded really
Pause
nice.
for a minute.
I imagined us sitting out on the water talking about
What? I told you guys. I told you. Lesbian.
So
Right?
that was a date. That wasn't a therapy session. That was a date. So
Yeah.
a therapy session is supposed to be somewhere private and secluded because you're opening yourself up, telling people your innermost vulnerabilities, right? You don't want everybody knowing this information, right? So why would you have it in a public place?
I don't know, man.
And that was so far I've counted 3 red flags. And this chick claims to be more intelligent than her peers. Yeah, I don't think so.
Right. Thomas Brown, what's up, dude? First things over in India. What's up, dude? Steve is here. Arch Knight is here. What's going on, guys?
life. It should have been another red flag, though, that her sessions were held in public places. It should have also been a red flag that the office listed on her profile on my insurance portal was just the address to her apartment complex.
Look at that.
I told you.
What an absolute
You stupid woman.
What an idiot.
Because I toured those apartments as a potential place to live. But I looked past all of that because I was just so excited to start working on myself. I couldn't wait for our first session.
All right. Is there a follow
This
up here?
series is about my former therapist.
Ooh, look at her without the makeup on.
So we gotta show our ID for cough drops now. What the fuck? That Trump support.
That's the same chick.
I didn't even see a part. Yeah, it's the same chick.
Wow, makeup and filters are the devil.
Where is and of course, watch.
For flicking the beat, DJ.
Look at that, man. These
I don't
chicks
think
look-
I don't think it's a good idea to stay long on her account. You the black woman is.
The further you get the videos, the uglier she gets.
I know, right? Look at that, guys. These chicks. Yeah. Sad.
You know what's
Anyways.
happening, but you know what's happening as those videos progress, right? She's getting older, but it's not the age that's hurting her. It's the alcohol and possibly weed abuse.
Yeah, well, and all the friggin'
and the prescriptions.
Yeah, prescription drugs. Yep.
There's a creator here that posted a multi-video story time about her therapy experience from hell that left her jobless, living with her therapist, and ended up in like this indentured servitude type situation with her therapist. This video has sparked me to make a video that I've been wanting to make for a while, about shitty therapists, and it goes a little deeper than that. But I'm angry. I'm angry because therapy, there's enough stigma on therapy as it is. Okay, therapists have a hard enough time gaining respect professionally as it is. It's already hard enough on us anyway. But when we have therapists like this one who take advantage, not just take advantage of their client, but abuses their client in this way, it makes me live.
Pork Rind says therapy for serial killers.
Yeah, I think Pork is right.
To be a therapist is to be in a position of high influence with your clients. When my clients come to me, they're very vulnerable. And my clients trust me. They listen to what I say. They take what I say very seriously. They use our sessions to make really important decisions about their jobs, their relationships, their friendships, et cetera, et cetera. It is nothing to be taken lightly. Being a therapist comes with a huge responsibility for other people. And so when I see other therapists taking this responsibility lightly, or even worse, going out of their way and intentionally and knowingly guiding their clients in a direction that they know will lead to their demise, jail time. It's not enough to take away the license. This kind of example of therapist abuse, lock her up. If you don't see the responsibility that comes with a therapist, don't become one. If you're not passionate about this field, don't become a therapist. If you're going to do it half-ass, don't become a therapist. If your clients are a second thought, don't become a therapist. Do something else.
These chicks can't even be nurses, right? They can't even be a hostess at the Outback without talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And she thinks that they're going to become therapists for good reasons. Please, you know?
Do something else. This is not a career that you can just like mosey on through. Like being a therapist is not a job that you can do passively and do well at the same time. It's not. It requires all of your attention, your energy, your focus. It quite literally changes you as a person. If being a therapist is not forcing you to be a better person, something is wrong. If you don't have any personal or professional integrity, don't become a therapist. Baby, there are so many other things you can do and probably make more money. But if you cannot be responsible and methodical and intentional about the influence and the responsibility that you have over your clients. And if you can't take that seriously and guide them in a healthy and a sustainable direction, and if
Guys, they just talk so much and say so little, right, guys? Guys, how long do you think she's been talking?
Oh, easily 15 minutes.
Talking for 3 minutes and 25 seconds.
That was too long.
Feels like 15.
Guys, all you hear, you guys.
This is the reason why we have such goddamn low attention spans.
Yeah. Yep. Here you go.
Therapy is keeping you mentally ill. We have to remember that therapists are a part of the system, the medical system, and a cured patient is not a paying patient. At this point, we have so many people identifying with their mental illness. It's actually insane. Just because you've been diagnosed with ADHD, anxiety, or autism does not mean that that needs to be your whole personality. I'm neurodivergent too. It's okay. It's okay to move past that. We are still able to function. Because not only is mental illness being used as a personality trait, it's being used as an excuse to not be able to move forward in life. It's actually hindering your growth. Now, I'm not saying therapy cannot be a positive tool, but the only way that's possible is if you change your thinking patterns, which is not what's happening. Changing thinking and behavior patterns is crucial to have the results that you're trying to get from therapy. And what I see happening is the exact opposite. People just get stuck and fixated on whatever mental illness they were diagnosed with. And then you have the therapists just enabling this behavior because they want their money. They want to keep their patient. And now instead of changing your behavior and thinking patterns, you just have somewhere to go once a week to rehash your problems over and over and over again in this endless loop of going nowhere. Seems like it's gotten very corrupt to me. And now we have a whole society of people identifying with their mental illness.
Now, guys, yeah, she is spitting some facts here. But guys, whose fault is this? Right? Whose fault is this? Women's fault. Thank you. Scott, what's up, dude? Captain Palsy, how's it going? Good to see you, man. Yeah, it's not our fault. You don't see us on TikTok and on the internet whining about being neurodivergent.
Yeah,
please.
Especially crying like that you're alone. And AJ, did you notice the only gender like who brings up male loneliness is only women? I never see dudes bring it up. I barely even see dudes talk about it.
Yep. That's true.
Yeah, it's because we're happy.
Medicated.
Yeah. Yep.
And unable to move through normal human emotions such as depression, anxiety, being overstimulated, not being able to focus. And before you come at me, I have a plethora of mental illnesses diagnosed that once I stopped making excuses for,
I believe you.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me, guys.
Able to work through. This is my opinion. Don't come for me. Let me know what you think. Therapy is keeping...
This person says, my friend has been in therapy 30 years. I said, why? Someone says, yes, been saying this for years. Someone says, been working in the field for 15 years. The uptick, regurgitating therapy words, and people using their therapy to make every decision. So nauseating. Someone says, almost 44, I grew up in therapy. Yikes, man. 40 years of PTSD, finally diagnosed in 2003. Research healed herself. Look at that, man. Guys, what a joke. Hold on, let's go here.
I have...
Guys, come on. Look at this chick's face.
I have fuck-ass therapy today, and to be honest, I don't want to go. Therapy goes against my veins. And to be honest, I blame my parents for this. My parents were very Nigerian. Anybody who's from an immigrant background will instantly know what that means. However, whenever I go to therapy, I feel like a loser. I feel like I'm wearing a giant sign on my head that says loser in big letters, and it feels like a scarlet letter that says L. And I really don't want to go. I don't really have
Is that on top of the one that says 304?
anything to say. I feel exactly the same before, after, kind of feel uncomfortable during. Not sure if it's really helping, but like because it's covered by my insurance, I have no real reason to stop going. I don't know. I don't know about this therapy shit. I think my problem with therapy is that like I don't feel like I ever get a solution to anything. I feel like I kind of just, first of all, I have to come up with things to say, which I often really don't have anything to say, despite how terrible I feel a lot of the time. I go there and she's like, oh, how are you doing? And I'm like, bad. And then she's like, okay. And I just feel like we're not really solving or addressing the problems. I feel like I just get to talk about them, which is cool, but I don't know.
This is a difference between men and women, guys. A guy's not putting up with this crap. If we're spending money, we aren't getting anything out of it, guys, we're out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a waste of money and a waste of time.
Exactly. Yep. That's true.
When I go to the doctor's office, I want to be cured. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not getting that from therapy. I have fuck ass therapy today, and to be honest, I don't want to go.
Hannah, Why You Suck is her name.
All I have to say about this nose job, plastic surgery discourse that's happening amongst Black people right now is
Did you hear about that, JJ? So there's a whole plethora of B-dubs now going out here and getting rhinoplasty.
Yeah,
they all look like the citizens of Whoville.
Yeah, I've seen that. There was one girl, she was African, and she didn't look bad. Yeah, she was a darker skinned girl, whatever. But she got her nose done, and she looked so weird. Cause she was a good looking dark skinned girl, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Like most of us Black men, right? We start off like really, really liking dark skinned girls. It's their attitudes that eventually run us away from them.
Yeah, that's true.
But we still can admit, like they're still, when they're all natural, when they wear their natural hair, even if they have like Afro puffs, when they wear their natural hair, no makeup, they still look beautiful.
Yeah. But they botch themselves. They keep botching themselves.
Yeah. Yep.
New York City statue. Some of y'all said, and I know it's not funny, but like I can't help but laugh. Some of y'all said that the New York City statue, I'm not crying, my eyes are just watering. The New York City statue was so ugly that it was anti-Black to have it portray Black women.
Which it was.
Y'all said the New York City statue was that ugly, okay? Now, in the same breath, Black women are getting nose jobs. Black women are getting BBLs. And y'all turn around and say, oh, you need to love yourself. Oh, you hate yourself. Y'all,
Okay, she talks a lot.
Yeah.
I
guarantee that, like her,
guys,
like her TikTok name
has issues.
AJ, is her TikTok name that like I guarantee that's her stage name also.
Coming to the stage, Hannah, you suck. Coming to the stage.
I bet most of her issues come from her being a swirler and white men don't want her.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Nothing pisses me off more than people who, instead of saying they don't want to go to something, just ghost the day of the plans.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. Guys, modern woman right here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, dude. Oh, look. She did us a favor, guys. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Got her fallopian tubes removed. Look at that, guys. No more Pokemon
Wow.
coming out of her. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Let's go.
That's a decision she's going to regret later on in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait till those baby rabies kick in. She's really going to need therapy.
All right. Cooked. Let's see. Okay. Guys, whoever's burping, mute yourself, please.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're all good. Just
Unhinged thing that a therapist has ever said to you. I'll go. What is the most unhinged thing that a therapist has ever said to you? I'll go first because I just drove past my old therapist's office and it reminded me why I stopped going to her. Y'all, I had multiple people pass away in a super short period of my life, just like a really condensed time frame. So many people passed away and I was devastated, and I was at therapy and I was crying about it. And she said, I don't think I can help you. It's sounds like you must have been a really bad person in your past lives and karma. And I think you should just spend your time and money going to some past life regression to figure out what you did to deserve all of this death in this lifetime.
guys,
insane.
Guys, that has to be true. That has to be true. That has to be true. There's no way, guys. That it's not just like the most 304 thing you've heard another chick say to another 304. Prime, what's up, dude?
That is insane.
What's up? Hell yeah. How's it going, man? Cooked.
Because, of course, when someone's devastated and grieving, you gotta tell them it's their fault in a past life, that they just used to suck centuries ago. And so now everyone they love is dying.
Hold on, guys. Look at this.
That therapist a beer.
Hold on. There was why I'm in therapy as a therapist.
Here's what healing looks like. It's not pretty. For the past 5 years, I have been pushing all of my emotions down. And here's what happened during that time. I got married, bought a house. I was working a full-time job, plus doing an internship at night, which is part of any graduate program to become a therapist. And
how much you want to bet? She got divorced, right, guys? How much you want to bet?
You don't get paid for that. So I was working about 60 hours, 70 hours a week. During that time, my husband developed a chronic illness. For a very long time, we had no idea what was going on.
And you divorced him, right?
I was just surviving and trying to help him, trying to figure out what was going on to make sure that he didn't die, because that's what I thought.
You see how she made his disease about herself? I was surviving. I thought he was the one that was sick, right, guys? Isn't that funny how that works?
What was going to happen? Our lives completely changed. We no longer were a normal couple. Honeymoon period got cut very short. Planning for a family was no longer possible, so we got a dog instead. During the search for answers and trying to figure everything out with his health, I was trying to also build my private practice. I poured everything I had into my business. There was nowhere else to put my emotions. Part of me wanted an escape from the everyday life, and it was something.
And then she's gonna bang Chad. Watch.
I could hope for. It worked. My business is doing great. I have hired amazing therapists to work with me, and we provide therapy for people who are struggling with mental health, which is such a fulfilling journey. I also was so lucky to have a social media platform out of nowhere.
I'm lucky to have a social media platform. Guys, and she's a therapist, guys. Right here.
You stupid woman! Posting some mental health content to help other people who are struggling like me, and I blew up, and I'm so grateful for that because all of you have changed my life. But what I don't often show is how often I neglected myself in order to do all of that. Quite frankly, I was very scared to slow down. Now that I'm in a position where things have kind of slowed down naturally, I am experiencing a lot of feelings that I didn't even know were present.
Are you guys hearing this? What a joke.
So I got a therapist, a new therapist, different modality. And let me tell you, this has been the hardest month for me. Feelings I didn't even know I had have surfaced. Every day is a struggle. As a therapist, I know.
And God of the, she said his ex of 18 years left him after he ended up in the ICU. Damn.
This is a normal part of healing. And I want to share this with you because I want you to know.
Well, hold on, guys. She is Middle Eastern. You know, Arabs don't really do the whole divorce thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she should not be belly dancing. Come on, dude. You know what I mean? Wait, is that? I hope that's her dad, not her husband. But yeah. She's like straight from the sand, so you know that she's probably not going to be divorced. So, guys, we have a couple more here. Let's see.
What is the most unhinged thing?
Sorry, guys.
My name is Tana. I'm 3 months, 11 days sober, and I just broke up with yet another therapist. Why is it so hard to find an in-person therapist who is not just right out of school? I've seen like probably 15 to 20 different therapists in my life, and this
15 to 20 therapists. Look at that, guys.
But that means she's just jumping from therapist to therapist to therapist.
Yeah. Colin, she's all yours, dude.
No, it's definitely her.
Yeah.
Okay, let me first tell you what she would do when we were in session. So I'd get in there, she'd be like, "Oh, like, come on in," right? I would come in there, her bag was like splayed out all over the floor. There happened to be like a bathroom in the corner of the room, and so that door was open, and it was just like super distracting. So the first time I was like, "Oh, can we just shut the door?" Also, it like smelled really bad in there, and I was just like, "Okay, maybe it's just the plumbing, like the bathroom, whatever." Then during some of our sessions, she would yawn. Like she started yawning like multiple times. And it wasn't even when I was like talking long-windedly. It was just like she just all of a sudden like needed to yawn, and she tried to like cover it up and still continue talking to me, which was like super annoying too.
God, these Gen Z chicks, and they talk so fast. You know what I'm saying? Why do they do this? Why?
And I didn't realize this was going to turn into a long story, but I'll tell you guys in a part 2 because I just need to talk.
But this chick. Now, guys, do you think that she was? What drugs do you guys think this knucklehead did? Okay, I wonder if we can find her. Like, you guys think she was an alcoholic? You guys think she was a junkie? You know what I'm saying?
Something that I don't feel that is talked about enough is the pipeline from alcoholic or addict to extreme fitness or bodybuilding. I think this is such an interesting thing because I have seen people over the years. I haven't done much actual research on.
I mean, guys, how is that not? How do people not get that, right? People that have addictive personalities, they tend to get addicted to things like. So, for instance, guys, how many guys that are boxers, MMA guys, or whatever, when they're not training for a fight or whatever, they're drinking, partying, or you know what I'm saying? They're basically alcoholics. You know what I'm saying? Guys, Sugar Ray Leonard said that he was an alcoholic whenever he wasn't training for a fight.
And a drug addict. Yeah, he was alcoholic and a drug addict.
Blasted all the time. So that's not the weirdest thing. But I'd rather have someone be addicted to fitness than alcohol or heroin. You know what I'm saying?
Even most drug addicts, when the way they get them clean is they get them to be addicted to religion, so they become religious fanatics.
Or food. You guys notice there's a lot of these. So like Matthew Perry, the lead singer at Deftones, who you could always tell when they were clean because they would get really fat. You know what I'm saying?
Studies on this, but I've seen social media accounts that I followed over the years. Someone who went from extremely overweight and maybe had issues with substance abuse, and a lot of times the extremely overweight people are also food addicts, or just they have an addictive personality, or something in their brain is pre-wired to make them addicted to things. And
that's you guys. I wonder if she's alcoholic. Guys, do you think she's alcoholic? Someone's marrying this broad. You serious?
That's a swirler, dude. That you can't tell it's a swirler.
Why? He called it. He called it, guys. Call him Walkstradamus, dude. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Yeah, she was alcoholic, guys. Let's see. Let's see if I can find a story time for her. When she was hitting that friggin' the bottle.
I've been having these thoughts recently about how good alcohol feels, like the first couple minutes, you know, like if you don't know me, I'm Tana. I'm 110 days sober. And like I said, recently I've been having these thoughts about like going to a bar and just like kind of like fantasizing, almost like having fantasies about drinking. But it's not so bad as it's like.
Guys, never, ever, ever date a junkie, an alcoholic, any of that stuff, guys. Nope, don't do it.
Never. They will never change.
Yep.
Never. The women, for the most part, won't change.
Nope.
A lot of guys even relapse. But the women, for the most part, they never change.
Well, they will stay clean once they're by themselves. Once they get comfortable in a relationship, all of a sudden, they want you to pick up the pieces. Like, oh, well, I can drink as much as possible because he's gonna bail me out of jail. He's gonna do this, all this other stuff. So, yeah, and they always make this their whole personality. And guys, and why would you marry a woman who you can't go to the bar and have beers with, or you can't have a Super Bowl party with your friends with? You know what I'm saying? Without we're gonna drink.
So I would never encourage people not to go to therapy, but me personally, I don't believe in the shit because I've had really bad luck with therapists. Supposedly there's good ones out there, but I've had the worst luck. I've had narcissistic therapists.
That is a strong-jawed woman right there, dude.
Strong-ass jaw, dude.
And the therapist that misdiagnosed me with bipolar and schizophrenia was a fucking
bipolar and schizophrenia. If you guys see this chick right here,
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Flaming narcissist, a grandiose type. And she ended up befriending my mother and the sociopath. She used to party with me. And if I could sue Maggie Murphy, I would, but it's too late. The time has run out. But I've seen therapists since high school, and not one time did I ever hear the word narcissism come out their fucking mouths. And I explained exactly what was going on. I was encouraged to be the bigger person and make up with my narcissistic mother. And I got all these misdiagnoses. It's all about the money with them. They diagnose what they can bill for. That's it.
What do we say earlier?
Talk about narcissism.
Yep.
It's the mothers that's damaging these
online,
kids.
on TikTok and YouTube. Not one time did I hear the word narcissism come out of any of these motherfucking therapists' mouths. And I was on SSDI throughout my 20s and 30s for schizophrenia and bipolar misdiagnoses. And I recently tried to get back on Social Security disability for trauma for my actual diagnosis and what's really wrong with me. And they denied me. So, all right, I'll use my schizophrenia and bipolar diagnoses to get back on disability because the system is so fucked up, they've left me.
This chick is angry.
They don't even diagnose with complex PTSD because I don't know why.
Yeah.
They diagnose
Isn't she a peach, guys?
you with PTSD, even though I have complex PTSD. But the system is so fucked up. Again, if you found a good therapist, that's great. Mine sucks. I just need a diagnosis. I just need to get back on disability because I have a lot of mental damage from abuse. These motherfuckers fuck you up. I have memory issues. I have problem completing basic tasks. It's really hard when you've been serious.
Her voice is deeper than mine, guys.
Mine too.
So no, I really can't work. These motherfuckers fucked me up that bad. But I can't even use my real diagnosis because the system's fucked up. I have to use the fake diagnoses they gave me to get disability. I'm rambling, but yeah. The therapists out here are not doing their jobs. And these narcissists are running a fucking muck narcissists, sociopaths, and psychopaths run the motherfucking world.
Shut up. Guys, what a joke. What an absolute joke. Now, guys, hold on. Check this. Check out.
Would you break up with your boyfriend over this? So I've been living with my boyfriend for a year. We moved to a new city and he got a job at a university. We've only been together for like a year and a half. He got this new job and I've been trying to get him to get on health insurance there. It's like a university program, so it's kind of complicated. There's some bureaucracy. He has to fill out his vaccinations and stuff. And I've been nudging him to do it for months. We've been here for like 6 months now. And he doesn't seem to be able to do it. And then I learned that he actually hasn't even like been to the dentist in like 20 years. And he hasn't been to the eye doctor in a really long time either. He wears contacts, but he literally wears the same contacts in his eyes for just days and days, weeks. The same, doesn't take him out at night. Does not, just wears them nonstop. And hasn't gone to the dentist. Can't seem to get his health insurance set up. I keep saying, okay, let's sit down and do it. Let's sit down and do it. I'm so tired of it. But like, am I overreacting? I don't think I am. It's like, I think that it's a pretty reasonable boundary to say, I need a partner that is able to handle logistical shit.
So he's going to work. He's paying bills. He just didn't sign up for his health insurance, and somehow he can't take care of himself, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
All he's saying is he's pretty much useless, even though he's not useless like to us.
Yeah. That's crazy.
The whole point of choosing a life partner is that it's somebody that can help you in life. I mean, like, what happens if my mom dies and I'm so devastated and I need help planning the funeral? Was he going to be able to do that? Is he going to be able to follow through on ordering flowers? Or if I'm in the hospital, is he going to be able to coordinate if I have to get transferred to another?
Guys, she just doesn't like this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not Chad Thunderstroke. You know what I'm saying? And she's just trying to find a reason to break up with the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And, she's trying to have all these friggin' harpies and hens here that are signing off on this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she hasn't found anybody else better than him to monkey branch to, and that's why she's upset.
Well, maybe she has. Maybe she found like the Chad at the gym or whatever, you know? But
that
she's
Chad
already
doesn't
made
want
up
her.
her mind. Yeah.
He going to be able to do that for me? Like,
Because
I just don't have.
There's no reason why. First of all, I mean, they're married. I'm sorry, they're not even married. This is none of her business, right? He's healthy, he lives fine, right? Like, what are you talking about? Why are you in his business like that?
Trust, I guess. Just, it's like a little microcosm, the insurance. It's this little microcosm.
Damn. Dead Man says, I know precisely one guy who went to therapy. His wife got ended in a home invasion. He went to a couple counseling sessions. That's it. These women think it's weird if you don't go regularly. Facts. Wow. Look at that.
Microcosm of what it would be like to be with him in just having kids. What if I have a kid and he takes the kid to an appointment? Is he going to know the right questions to ask? Is he going to, he doesn't have a calendar. He doesn't keep a calendar. So if there's a follow-up appointment, is he going to write it down, or am I going to have to call the pediatrician back and say, hey, when is the appointment?
Now, how is this his fault? She knew he was this way when they first met, right? What a dunderhead. Hold on, guys. There's a follow-up here.
So I broke up with him. I actually gave him an ultimatum about this months ago. Since we moved in together, he's been not able to take care of this kind of stuff. And it's,
guys, any time that a chick gives you an ultimatum, guys,
Who is this guy? I don't know.
you know what I mean? Get out of there.
Always take the or else. Always.
Yeah, always. Yep.
it's slowly been building up, and I've been telling him how it makes me feel the whole time. And then eventually a couple months ago, it got to the point where I said, I'm not having this conversation again. The next time we have this conversation, it's going to be a breakup conversation. And then I started helping him. I started asking him if he needs support. I sat him down. I helped him set up a Google Calendar. I helped him submit his vaccination records. We talked about how he might potentially have ADHD.
And he agrees, like he agreed that he needed to work on these things, which is why I was so open to giving it a chance, because he really understands, and also understands that like I can't be with somebody that doesn't value those things. And he does value them. He's just not able to take action. So yeah, a few months went by and nothing changed after all of that. A couple days ago, I woke up.
Yeah, guys. I mean, come on. Absolutely insane. Here we go.
Non-negotiables in my next relationship. Good cook, exercises regularly, has his next dental cleaning booked. And ladies, this next one is a big one. Korean body scrubs at least once a week. Emotionally intelligent and empathetic. Has a skincare routine.
Korean body scrubs?
Knows what hydro-
So she wants a chick.
Yeah, she definitely wants a woman.
Look at this.
cortisone is. Has a clean house on unprompted visits. Has a good stock of cleaning supplies. Has opinions on the best vacuum. Can grocery shop on his own. Can meal plan for the week. Wait, there's literally a woman over there talking about some man who is not living up to her standards. She's
Why don't you become a lesbian? Sounds like another woman is what you are looking for. Smiley face post. There you go, guys. Right? There you go. What an absolute idiot, guys. You know what I mean? So yeah, guys, therapy, waste of time, waste of money, right? Only guys that are knuckleheads. Guys, if you honestly have like a serious mental issue, if you're jacked up from your childhood, if you can't function, then maybe. But guys, always get a male therapist. And guys, talk to your friends and your family first, especially your male members of your family. But guys, this whole therapy thing is just such a modern woman knuckleheaded thing now. You know what I'm saying? It's this spirit woo-woo foolishness. So, guys, Colin, Walk, Pyro, any final thing on therapy?
In my opinion, I don't think it would work out for many people, especially me. All I can say is like, just make sure you have a father figure or somebody like a big brother who can understand you and talk you through things.
Yeah. Guys, here we go. This is hold on. Let's go here first. So we'll watch this one. But this one here is hold on, what is this?
On May 31st, 2024, Catoosa police in Oklahoma responded to reports of a baby left in a vehicle at a...
Oh, we already saw this one. Now, guys, this one here, the guy's girlfriend comes after him because he can't sense that I've had a bad day at work, right? On,
yeah, I watched this one earlier. That's hilarious.
Yeah, where are we on the likes? Hold on, guys. Sorry. Whoops. 1 second, guys. We're at 101 likes, guys. Appreciate that. Hold on, guys. Actually, let's take a pit stop here. Hold on.
Yeah, just to touch on the therapy thing again. If you feel the need to talk to somebody, find that old best friend you had from high school. Just call him up. You might not have talked to him in a couple of years, but call him up. Talk to him. Get together with him. Go have a beer, whatever, and go somewhere private. And just lay it on him. I guarantee that'll be your best bet.
Here we go, guys. Let's see.
I'm a striper. Now get ready for work with me. I'm not Yolanda Dong. Emotional damage. You guys want to?
Oh, guys, sorry. I got to do the intro here. Sorry, guys.
Y'all want to ask me what I'm doing? I'm outside home.
I work at Hoeing. Y'all want to know what company I work at? I work at Hoeing. That's the company I work at. Hoeing.
Pull of it. I got good up.
Oh, she just talks the entire time. Hold on, guys.
I'm a dancer in Utah, and let's talk about the most controversial thing that my club does. And by this, I mean like the thing that I've mentioned in videos that pisses people off the most. And that is the tip walk. Again, for a reminder, I'm a dancer in the state of Utah. So my club is very small. I could understand if this idea is crazy to you because you've been in clubs that have like 2 stories, they have 6 stages, they have multiple girls dancing at once. It would be wild for every single girl to go up to every customer and ask them for a tip. They couldn't possibly have watched every performer at once. I get that. I understand that, okay? But that is not how my club works. My club is smaller. We're in Utah. We're one of the biggest clubs in our state, but we're small. We have 1 stage and 1 girl performs at a time. She dances for 2 songs. Those songs have to be at least 3 minutes long. So let's say 1 girl every 10 minutes is getting off the stage and walking around our very small lobby and asking everybody for a tip. I can't speak for other girls, but on my tip walk, if I happen to go up to somebody and they have no idea what the tip walk is, then I very briefly just say, I just got off the stage and we do a tip walk. So I'm just walking around asking everybody for $1 or 2. Did you
tell her she's a goddamn whore.
happen to get to see me perform? And I usually, it is such a small club, I usually can look and tell who has been there for the last 10 minutes. And maybe at the end of my stage set. So again, I can't speak for other dancers, but I'm very kind. I'm not pushy at all. I don't get pissed off if somebody doesn't know what the tip walk is and they don't want to tip me. It doesn't bother me. I kindly let them know that every girl after me is going to come up to them and ask them for a tip just like I did, and that's kind of just what my club does.
She said they carry a collection plate.
I can't speak for other dancers when I say this, but if I had a customer sitting at my stage tipping me, I'm not going to ask them for another tip on my tip walk. The tip walk is purely for the small crowd that we have. Not everybody wants to sit at the stage. Sometimes there's only 2 or 3 people in there at once. They don't want to be sitting there eyeballing each other at the stage. So they just stay at their tables, they stay in their seats, and we go around to everybody. And if they don't know what the tip walk is, we let them know what it is and we introduce ourselves. If they know what the tip walk is, it's very much part of a routine. And we just walk up and they give us $1 and we say thank you. We're not asking for 20, 50 fucking dollars. We're asking for a single dollar every 10 minutes. That's $6 an hour, my guy. If the idea of the tip walk pisses you off so much that you have to leave a gross fucking comment on my page and you don't have $6 an hour to spend, don't an hour.
$6 an hour. What if there's 10 girls there? Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Walk, she's all yours, dude. Look at
Well, AJ, come on. AJ, come on. You know we're black. You got to add another 75 pounds to work.
Tim Hicks, dude. Can you imagine? You're laying pipe, you got your eyes closed, and you get in the guts good, and you open your eyes and you see this. You see this look right here, dude. Oh no. Oh no. Look at that, guys. Look at that.
Hide the knife.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Hide all sharp objects.
She
What
must
have I
be
done?
One of those aliens.
What have I done?
To spend, don't go to the strip club.
Look at that, guys. Ugh.
Did she really get the gorilla tattoo across her chest like Glorilla?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. These chicks will do anything they see other women do.
Ugh. What was that thing?
That reminds me of this bar I went to in Boston. They had this dirty thong hanging up over like behind the bar, like it had a track stain in it.
Those are all ones.
All every one of them.
Yeah.
What?
The stripper tip some of y'all are not gonna want to hear. No customer can waste your time.
Sorry, guys. There's
So come along with me and see how my day goes in the life of a stripper. Just came to Publix to get groceries. I go make deposits from last night's money. I'm gonna apply my Fenty. And basically right now I'm about to go to my babysitter's house to go check on my son, make sure he's good, and I have to work.
Of course she has a kid. Of course she does. Look at that, guys.
Tattoos. Disgusting.
Look at that, guys.
Tonight, and so I'm getting dressed. Lingerie is on. It's my makeup bag. I got all the good makeup goodies. My favorite. I got a lot of good stuff. I love Ulta.
I'm sorry, but to any guy attracted to women that are heavily tattooed,
Yeah, I don't understand it.
there is something seriously wrong with you. There's something wrong with you.
Yeah. Yep. I don't get it, man. Look at that.
So now I'm headed to the video shoot. This is what I have on. Do y'all like this outfit? I'm feeling.
No, we don't.
This
God, she had to turn her comments off.
It is so cute. Yes. Okay. Really cute. Me and my car. This is my manager. Hey.
This is the aftermath of tonight. I probably made, okay, let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tonight was a slow night. It was really weird in there tonight, which is really weird. I don't never make this kind of money on a Sunday. I usually leave out with almost like $3,000. This is 700, and then there's another 100.
Who are the guys giving these skanks this money?
Come on, AJ. You know, say it with me. Say it with me.
Yeah,
Who's the usual
married white
suspect?
dudes. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, married white dudes, man. What are you doing?
Well, all these ones are new, so it's probably about another 100. So I probably made about $800, $900 tonight. That's really slow for my Sundays. But I also did a video today, and they paid me $300 for my video. So yeah.
Look, if
That
she
was
was
crazy,
saying
but back to
that she got robbed of $700, I'd be like, "Come on, AJ, we got to own up to this one, right?"
Hey guys, how dumb do you have to be to flash your money on social media? You know what I'm saying? Look at that.
saying that as a stripper, we make different amounts of money every night. Now, usually Sundays where I work are really good nights. It was not. But it was weird tonight. But hey, that's what happens sometimes, and you have to just take it and deal with it. So
Look at this. Ugh. Jesus, look at this chick. Look at this. She has tattoos on her face. Oh no. Oh no. Guys, look at Nug Nug. Look at Lil Nug over here, man. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Why?
Imagine how embarrassed that kid is going to be when he starts going to PTA meetings with her.
Yeah.
And you know, how she looks compared to all the other moms, you know?
Disgusting. Look at that. Ugh. We'll do one more, guys.
I see a lot of girls on here romanticizing stripping, but I want to give you the very raw truth of what it's like. This past week very much explains it all in a nutshell. I'm going to start with the good because that's what you guys see a lot on here. This may have been one of the hardest weeks, but I saved the most money. And that's what you hear about. And that's what you see the newer dancers do is flex the money, show the money, count the money. But let's talk about what you don't hear about. Wednesday. I did extremely well that night, but I got followed home. In this job, you need to be very, very aware of your surroundings and always trust your gut. This is a very dangerous job. Not going to sugarcoat it. Men can be disgusting. Luckily, I was aware and I noticed and I called the police. I had never been so scared in my life and didn't sleep that night. And this is what I mean when I say not everyone can do this job.
The money is nice, but you give so much to do it. And now I just want to show you the new bruises I got this week.
Disgusting. Guys, why? Can you imagine finding out that your daughter does this?
Immediately disown her. Immediately disown her. No, like no more. You are excommunicated from the family.
Yep. Come on, guys.
November 28th, 2024, officers in New Mexico were dispatched to an apartment building after receiving a call from the property's management.
Oh yeah, sorry guys. I gotta do the old intro here, yeah.
That's the sound of the police.
And guys, Sunday, guys, we're gonna talk about which generation has the worst chicks, and we're gonna talk about which race has the worst chicks. So guys, I want a huge panel for that. No, guys, we'll have to do that on Thursday because, guys, I will be on vacation next week. So there will be videos, guys. I don't think I'll do any lives. I might be able to do like a live from my phone because StreamYard's on my phone. I've never done that, but like I'll have to find like a way to do. Maybe I'll see. I'll have to try like a test one on my phone and see if that'll work. But yeah, guys, next week there will still be content. But there won't be any live streams next week. So Thursday, guys, we will do which generation of women and which race of women are the worst. So I want to have a huge panel for that. So anyone, guys, don't be shy. I'll drop the link early, guys. Come on up, and let's have a good conversation.
A man had approached the property's management to report that his wife had locked him out of their apartment. Here's what the officers did next.
It's gonna be on this side. This side? Okay. And I'll be bottom floor.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and on
yeah.
this entrance?
Yeah. So let's send the ponytail patrol. Yeah.
You can go in either way. Okay. Perfect. We'll go see. If you see him again, called in. He has an extraditable warrant out of Arizona. What was it? He has an extraditable warrant out of Arizona. Oh shit, no. So yeah. So cool. We'll go make contact with him and then I'll let you know. Okay. Okay. I think we're good. No. Yeah, we're good. Thank you. I'll call you after. Thanks.
Was the wide back like a probation officer or something? Because she was strapped.
I don't know.
She's like a mini, and then he has like a cane with him.
Well, Ponytail Patrol has some cakes though.
Yeah, she got some cakes on her.
Yeah, how you doing? Tell you, I'd smash. I tell her to keep the uniform on, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're smashing. And then, of course, guys,
Who is this guy? I don't know.
Police department.
Hello, I'm Austin Boyd, Farmers Police Department. How are you? Good. The reason I'm checking, I'm calling to see is everything okay?
Where is this?
Yeah. Okay, are you the only one here? Me and my kids. Okay, Zachariah's not here. He's sleeping in the room. Okay, can I go talk to him because he called in?
I don't want him to get away because once he gets up, he's like really annoying.
Okay, so he called in stating that there was going to be, if he came over here, there was going to be a DV situation, is what he reported.
Something about a broken phone. So we have to kind of talk to him.
He's sleeping. I don't want to bother him.
Okay, so I have to talk to him in this.
Yeah, but I don't want to bother him, like I said.
So I'll go in there. He called us. So he knows that we're making contact with him.
We're fine, so you see that, right?
Well, I see that you're okay. So he literally told somebody. That's why I'm calling him.
I don't want to wake him, like I said.
He said if I come over there, it's going to be a fight.
Well, we're not having any fight, so
I can't leave until I talk to him.
Well, I'm not going to wake him up.
Okay.
Well, we can wait. We can wake him up.
We'll wake him up. He called us.
Here's the deal. You're kind of obstructing us right now.
So I can put you in cuffs and you can go to the back of my car and we can wake him up, or you can stand right there until we can wake him up.
I think I have a right to say that he's fine.
No, not in a DV situation, no.
Sure don't.
What do you mean DV? We're not even doing anything.
He called in. He said that you broke his phone. He's unable to call 911.
I didn't break it.
Okay, but I need to
His
talk to him.
daughter
Okay, I'm telling you, this is why I'm contacting you, okay?
All right, so it's up to you. If you want to move or you want to come with us.
We're fine.
Okay. Go ahead and put your hands behind your back for me.
Wow. That escalated quickly.
It's time!
I'm still inside my apartment. I'm inside my apartment.
Okay,
You can't
so-
pull me out unless I step out. I know my rights.
That's not. Wait, just
Yes,
don't.
it
Wait,
does.
sit
It doesn't have to be like this. All we have to do is go talk to him.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Or you're gonna end up in handcuffs as well. Sit down.
It doesn't have to be this difficult.
I'm gonna get you guys'
That's right. I'll give you all the information.
I'm gonna take a
Xander,
picture
hurry
of
up.
who these guys are. So I can report
Tiana,
this.
go get the phone.
Okay, so you're gonna let us come in?
I just need
I'm
to talk
gonna
to him.
report
Just
this.
let him come over here. I need to talk to him. So if he wants to come out here, he can talk to us.
Guys, I'm sorry. I just can't with that.
It's very annoying. The fire alarm chirp.
4315. Will you send us another, please? Not 1018.
Tiana, you're on my phone. Hurry up. How old are you? You have to answer my question. What's up?
Okay, come on.
Tell him to come here. Stop. You're
I'll find
gonna
another video, guys. I can't.
Sit down.
That's enough.
You
Step
guys
out.
have like this.
This thing beeps again. I'm gonna. Here we go. Let's get the race card out. And you know, guys, I always knew that was a thing, but Kevin Samuels, he was the one that really highlighted that because he has.
No. Tommy Sotomayor.
Well, listen. I didn't really listen. I listened to Tommy Sotomayor, right? But I didn't. Kevin Samuels, he was the one where I would listen to his entire 3-hour broadcast. He's the only YouTuber where his content was so good. I would sit there and listen, and he would have such good conversations. And that bit was so jarring. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the one that really like brought it out to like the mainstream where he'd be like, you gotta get someone to change that.
I'm here to tell you that no, that's not true. Tommy Sotomayor, as a matter of fact, he got it from Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy Sotomayor started saying that in like 2008.
Like, I get it, right? But what I'm saying is that there would be times where like, okay.
Well, here's what happened. What happened was Tommy Sotomayor was so good at it that
I know.
they kept
I watched.
his
I
channels
watched it
down.
too. No. Then he was okay. Tommy's good because he's been at it for so long. But the thing is, the fact that he keeps getting his channels taken down shows he's not good at what he does. Because Kevin's only had one. He has one channel with 2 million subs, and Kevin. Okay,
I disagree with that.
Let me finish my point.
Go ahead.
Tom Likas, he was saying all types of crazy stuff on national radio with the FCC up his butt. Okay, there's no reason why Tommy Sotomayor shouldn't be able to say the stuff he says and play ball enough to stay on YouTube. Tommy, he self-sabotages, he shoots himself in the foot. I wish that Tommy did it better, and he should have 7 million subs on YouTube. He should have a Twitter with like 8 or 9 million followers. But he's always done things to where it's like, dude, did you have to really say, or couldn't you have coded that? Because here's the thing. Because remember, he still has his website, his Your World, whatever. But that's YouTube, TikTok, Twitter are not public platforms. They're private. And you have to play within the rules. And people like Kevin and others, Kevin said some pretty crazy stuff. And yes, he did take stuff from Tommy, fine. But Kevin was never demonetized once. So he got the message out there. Tommy should have been the one to actually become mainstream and be in future videos. But he couldn't add the little tweaks and twists and stuff to take that extra 5% off and keep the message going. You know what I'm saying? That's my issue. I remember Tommy, he was on Blog Talk Radio back in the day. But the thing is he would always get to about like 95%. When he had to do that extra 5% to bust out, he'd shoot himself in the foot. Sorry, man. Who are you saying?
Okay, I've seen Tommy go a week without using any curse word, without even saying anything about B-dubs. they would see his channel start to grow, and they would just take him down. And because he's a dark-skinned black man, it's not hard to do. He's even been now. Now, explain to this: how do you get kicked off OnlyFans? He's the only person I know to get kicked off OnlyFans, and it's simply because he was talking about B-dubs. He wasn't even cursing, wasn't even doing anything, but he got taken off OF. OF. Tommy said so many things, so many profound things. Like I said, Kevin got all his material from Tommy. The only difference is Kevin was effeminate. Let's be real. Kevin was metrosexual. And if it's one thing women like, that they're attracted to, it's gay men, gay and effeminate men. So no, they're not going to report Kevin.
No, the thing is, the difference that Kevin did than Tommy did was when he was talking about high value, he actually included black men in that conversation. Now there was things that he did with, he had a little man bag or whatever, fine, whatever. But the fact that it wasn't until he started where these B-dubs were saying that that a black man wearing a suit is misogyny towards black women if black men wear suits. But here's the thing: I hate when people say, "Well, this person got this missed because Tommy got his stuff from Tom Likas and Patrice O'Neal." Guys, there's only X amount of red pill talking points though that we can say, right? So to say everyone borrows stuff from everyone else, the issue is that Kevin packaged it in a way where, once again, he said there's a top 10% of black dudes of men that are smashing all the chicks. And guess what? Hey, black women, there's black men there too. And guess what? You don't qualify for them. And that's why they couldn't stand Kevin. You know what I'm saying? Anton Daniels is black as all get out. And he's a Republican and he likes Trump. They haven't took him down yet.
He's had his channel taken down before.
Not the two that he has now.
No, he's got demonetized before though.
But his channel, he hasn't had 80 channels like Tommy has.
No.
There's a lot. The only thing that I can say that Kevin believed in, where people disagreed with him, is he was pushing for like this healing in the black community and like, black families coming together. To hell with that.
I agree.
That's like one thing that did that. But here's the thing. I wish. Here's the thing. On sheer longevity, Tommy is the GOAT. He is. But I still see it as like, with all that time where he was trying to talk, debate Saw Netter and Brother Polite and all those dunderheads in the 2012s and 2015s, he should have just did what Kevin did. Tommy's name was in everyone's mouth. He should have ignored them and did his own thing. Kevin's name was in everyone's mouth, and Kevin never beefed with anybody. You know what I'm saying? So Tommy can still, if he kind of takes a step back and twists things just a little bit, because even when he was on Fresh and Funky, right, he was crushing it. He's grown up a little bit. Like, he's done a lot of really good. Tommy's the only person on Fresh and Fit where he's going off, and then all 18 of the 3 or 4s are all listening to him. You know what I'm saying? But the issue is he crashes out like right afterwards. It's like, just stay in that frame. You know what I'm saying? I wish he didn't like do these pitfalls or even like put himself out there as much. Because Tommy put his whole life out there. You know what I'm saying? He put his doctor,
I agree.
all that other stuff, But what I'm saying is Tommy's not done. And he's needed more now than ever. What he needs to do is stop trying to do the exact same thing. KL, the black community's finished. MK, what's up, dude? Well, I can say that people like Anton Daniels, Kevin, I'm not a big fan of O'Shea anymore. He says some stuff, but he still has that whole black community, blackity black with black, y'all stick your own kind, blah, 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 But there's other people out there. That whole black
I agree that
in itself with
Tommy,
Joe.
Tommy should have never gone down the rabbit hole with the whole with Sonnet and all that. And he had and some of those things that he shouldn't have put out there. Like the one thing that I don't like that he put out there is when he did the shower with his daughter, because they still use that against him. And when he got in the car accident with that lady, you know. So you're right. There's some things that he do that they'll
Well, I can tell
always
you
hold against
this
him.
much. And this, even if Kevin did take stuff from, dude, there's enough room in this space for everybody. It's not like Tommy had a plate full of ribs, and then Kevin took half the ribs. You know what I'm saying?
No. What I say,
and that one. But here's the thing. See, and walk. This is why I like the red pill space now. I like our space because there's a lot of infighting in the black manosphere, right? You won't see Walk, Pyro, KL talk. You won't see us fighting about stuff, right? And here's the thing, guys. We don't have a scarcity mindset. Walk is gonna get his money, and it's gonna motivate me to make more money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna think, man, fuck that whole ass Walk, man, making money. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But there's too much pocket watching going on. And that's one thing in the red pill space that I've been really, really trying to talk out against. Guys, the feminists and the wokes always try to disqualify each other. The pro-blacks always try and disqualify each other. The every other space, except like the video gamers and all that. But guys, we cannot be the space where we're always trying to look for a reason to disqualify each other. If Walk if Walk has a channel, I have a channel, and we disagree on one thing, like let's just say that like that Walk says to hell with B-dubs, and I go, I'll smash him every now and then. Or here the big thing, Walk. Some red pill guys say that saying that guys should pay for it is wrong, right? If you want to say that on your channel, I don't agree with it, right? That's not part of my platform. But if we agree on 99% of everything else, how am I going to go, oh, man, you know that Pyro, man, he ain't real red pill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not how it works. That's not how this space should be. And that's how Fresh and Fit and Kevin Samuels started beefing.
No. My only beef with Kevin was that, you know, as a comedian, you know, your jokes are literally like your trademark. You can't trademark them, but nobody should steal them. Like I got just as much upset as when Amy Schumer stole Patrice O'Neal jokes. Kevin actually stole a lot of Tommy's jokes. A lot of his jokes, and turned around.
He even did the Instagram. Yeah.
That was my only beef with Kevin. No, but as far as him, the talking points, no, Tommy doesn't own the talking points. I'm just pointing out that his where he got it from. You know, he heard it from here, and he just regurgitated it. I mean, didn't own it.
Is he has all of the talent. He makes music. He does all of his own stuff. He's a one-man crew, all this other stuff, but he just always manages to get in his own way. Like some scandal, something.
I agree.
He always has these 304s. He had his first daughter, and then it turns out he got some other 304 stripper pregnant and had another one. It's like, what are you doing, bro? You can't stay out of your own way, or even keep your private life to yourself.
Yeah, and then there's some son that may or may not be his, or two actually.
I didn't know that. I don't know. You serious?
Yeah. Supposedly there's an older son. I don't know. You know, and then I don't know. You remember when Gilbert Arenas first got on YouTube? No, not Gilbert Arenas. Kwame Brown. When he first started on YouTube, allegedly he sent Tommy a picture of some son, and there was rumors that Tommy got some girl pregnant and had a son by her. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not pocket watching Tommy or his children, whatever. That's his business. It's up to him. But I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's too much craziness, and that's one thing that, like, you know, if you're
even Tommy. I don't agree with Tommy because I think, if you ask me, I think a lot of the degeneracy in blacks was pushed onto them by white people. Because you think, if you go back to the 60s, we had the most intact families that they were.
Yeah.
All this degeneracy didn't happen until the late 60s when they destroyed our family union and they removed the man from the household.
Yeah, but it was the
And
feminists.
along
Because
with
remember,
yeah.
A lot of black men.
That was the tool they used.
Yeah, some black men went to college, right? But
right.
But a lot of us worked in factories, joined the military, or whatever.
Yeah.
So oftentimes they would send their daughters to college to be nurses. You had to go to college to be like a secretary or an accounting assistant, blah blah blah. And the white feminists were the ones that got them, right? They got them. So these chicks came home, and once again, once you get the women, you have the whole community.
Well,
You know
it was. I've always said what they do to the black community, they'll eventually do to everyone. It's a beta test in the black community.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. We are the canary in the coal mine. But
so it's not a black thing. It's more of like a let's get men out first. It was really men. It wasn't.
Yeah.
They started with black men, but then they were like,
Yeah,
okay,
but
it worked over there. Now let's get Hispanic men out. Now let's get white men out. And now we have the man.
And all these chicks fall for
Right.
hook, line, and sinker. It's really sad, you know. So
yeah, anytime you incorporate something, you have to have a test subject. We were the canary, as Tommy Sotomayor says, the canary in a coal mine.
Yeah, but it just sucks because Tommy's been at it since 2007.
I agree. I used to be.
That's when I first saw him. Yeah, 2007, 2008, and then
I really liked Tommy Sotomayor before he got kicked off of YouTube.
Yeah,
and,
I
think it has to do with a little bit of controlled opposition. Like I just think Tommy's not in the, he's not who they want to be. Like they wanted they wanted Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, he had a better image.
The system or the government or whoever was behind the scenes, they wanted Kevin Samuels to be the controlled opposition.
Well, but here's the thing, though. Wait. But here's the thing. But remember, Kevin was an expert on image, though. So he knew what the algorithm wanted. He knew what the higher ups would want to be.
That's true. I mean, you are right. He was playing
snuck
the game.
He snuck the message in there. You know what I'm saying? Like this walk. You're a professional, so for a fact that you have to. If you're going to show up to a meeting with some CEOs, some tech people, you got to go in there and you got to look a certain way, dress and act a certain way. Now, Tommy is always going to be Tommy, and that's one of the reasons why we like him.
Also,
right?
Tommy was ahead of his time. Like when Tommy was popular, Manosphere was still growing. Like it wasn't. And then Kevin kind of came on the scene when it was already kind of like becoming a little bit more socially acceptable.
Yeah. But here's the thing is too, like I'm not in Walk Pyro, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong here. I've never seen any women with the hatred and the vitriol that they've had towards Tommy. I have seen Instagrams and Twitters where they would find where his videos, and thousands of chicks would just downvote his videos and report.
That's true too. It was almost
Tommy
like
pissed off so many chicks because he had that hair-hatted hooligan, and he was hilarious to us, but he would go in on these chicks. He would go in, and I'm telling you, they had Reddit threads where they would be like Tommy Soto watch, right? And he would put a Twitter thing at his Twitter. They would mass report his Twitter. They would mass report his channels. It was like a war.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guaranteed it's mostly black B-dubs. It's always B-dubs.
Exactly. And Kevin, he was.
Then he had one drop.
Huh?
He had one drive from like New York or New Jersey or something, all the way down to Atlanta to go to his front house just to be a nuisance. Like the chick almost got arrested.
Yeah.
Well, I think when, like I said, Tommy Sotomayor was still kind of in the beginning. So I think that's when B-dubs thought they could still stop Manosphere, they could still suppress it. And now they've realized that they can't, it's too big to stop now. So they kind of gave up with that, with trying to ban everyone's channel and stuff. Like they're not reporting your channel anymore. That's not working because it's not gonna stop the the train now.
Yeah, he was on the Hodge Twins recently. That was hilarious. I don't know if you guys watch
Yeah. I've
but
seen that. Yeah.
But yeah, guys, he's been at it, and I remember all these videos. You know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff he's been doing. But I feel like if he would just change like 2 or 3 things, just tweak it just a little bit, he would have 7 million subs. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate to use the word deserve, but he deserves it. He does. He's the only person that can get banned and still be successful, still make money, still do somehow manages through like being public enemy number 1. You know what I'm saying?
It is actually kind of sad because he's so much talent. He's so funny.
Yeah,
that's why
these B-dubs, man. Yeah, I really think that because remember, Kevin wasn't that mean to these chicks, and they would always say he was mean. He was a threat.
I think there's another thing with Kevin and the image thing. Kevin kind of presented himself, and he was actually this extremely wealthy man. And when it comes to women, they will let you treat them like trash if you're rich enough.
But here's the thing. Tommy, he would show his house, and they would say, "Oh,
like, I think they still."
Wait, hold on. Tommy lives in a struggle mansion. It's a mansion. You don't have one. He does. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like nothing Tommy did. They would attack him for everything.
I think
he was public enemy number 1.
B-Dubs still thought they probably had a chance to shoot their shot at Kevin, whereas with Tommy, they knew it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So, imagine calling someone's 8,000 square foot house a struggle mansion, and you live in Section 8 apartment.
Yeah, it's hilarious, you know. But yeah, man, I think
4315. Will you send us?
That he has, and then because it's not like Tommy's going anywhere. They've tried everything to get rid of him, right? And there's going to be more and more. You know, terrestrial media is dying.
He is persistent, but he's making himself work harder, not smarter.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and hopefully, as he gets older, guys, you guys know what the term a dandy is? A dandy? Anyone?
Nope.
Okay. You guys, I don't want to say his name, but there was part of the bad guy, the bad Germans of that one particular time period, and he was the head of the Air Force. Does anyone know his name? Don't type his name. But he would always wear everyone else is wearing black, and he's wearing white and the audacious medals and stuff. You know what I'm saying? There was always they call those guys a dandy. They're the guys that they're the more flashy, like Prince type dudes. There's always been those guys. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Kevin was. I can't explain it better than Herman. What's his name? Herman Schmering. I don't want to say his name, but look him up.
Yeah, the best way to simply put it, just metrosexual. I mean, it doesn't mean you're it doesn't mean you're gay. You're just a well dressed man that appears feminine. You know, you're not actually effeminate. You just appear that way. You know.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that, like I said, if women thought that Kevin Samuels was mean and rude and made girls cry, then you know that they hated Tommy, because Tommy would just he would put up with a bit, but once you piss him off, you piss him off, and then he's your bees and hoes and da. You know. But he would drop a lot of knowledge and have a lot of really, really, really good talks with people, you know? And I just wish that he, like I said, he would cross his T's and dot his I's enough to get like 3, 4, 5 million subs on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One thing about Kevin is he never, even when he got riled up by him, he still kept his composure. Where it's Tommy, when he does it, he gets really, really irate, really loud, really yelling, and it's because he's passionate about what he's saying, rightfully so. But he lets them push him to that point, and that's
Yeah.
what you know when you're dealing with B-dubs. They like to irritate you, and they like to take you off to the point where you're yelling and you're screaming because they find it's weird because they find it funny.
Yeah,
they find it funny that they can push you.
or it turns them on, They
it turns
try
them
and
on.
piss you off because that's how they flirt. You know what I'm saying?
That's literally their flirting.
Yeah,
and that's one reason why they won't leave Tommy alone because they're attracted to that they can push to that point.
And
But they
that's why,
couldn't do it
guys, when he
with Kevin.
did OF, he would smash chick. He would go on like Fresh and Funky, right? Then he would smash like a bunch of the chicks who were on there. You know what I'm saying? He's yelling, screaming, and they're yelling, screaming at him back. You know what I'm saying? And then he would fly him out to his house. But Tommy, he would just put his business out there too much. You know what I'm saying? Have his daughter on the screen, have all this other stuff. It's like, why? Why?
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah. So
Get her, Tina. Come on. I gave her the name. Please don't do this. No, I'm so home with myself.
What started as a simple traffic stop turns into complete chaos after this brat disrespects police for no reason.
Now, you guys see that there's a bunch of dudes in the car, but then the only chick is talking trash to the police.
Then cries over her arrest when officers run out of patience.
Put your hands behind your back.
Yeah, but I agree with you 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that I first really, really got into Tommy in like 2012, I think. You know what I mean? And then I would go back and watch every single thing he did. But he was always on at like weird times. So I would always watch afterwards.
Yeah.
You know
That's another thing that Kevin was good about was consistent broadcasting. And don't get me wrong, I'm glad that Kevin came along, even if he did steal Tommy jokes or whatever, because what he did was he made the message more palatable and he brought it to a larger audience. Like when I remember everybody talking about it, so I was like, well, you know what? Let me go check out what is live, right? So I went and I was shocked when it's live. I was like, wait a minute, is that number right? There's 20,000 people. I had never seen 20,000 people, and a black man's YouTube chat,
Yeah.
So I was glad that Kevin came along. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah. He's the reason why you see like 17-year-old, 18-year-old kids saying our talking points. You know what I'm saying? Like people talk about top G or whatever. No, Kevin Samuels, he was the one who through clips and other things went into the mainstream. And guys, he was
did
a
great
one
service for humanity.
Yeah, he was a one-man army too. He didn't have an editor. He didn't have a producer. He did everything himself. I know channels that have 100,000, 200,000 subs that have an editor. He ran his Instagram, he ran his YouTube, he edited his own clips, he did his shorts, and then he actually did his consulting business at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
he had a lot of hats. Yeah.
Yep. And if they thought, like I said, that Kevin was mean, I just couldn't believe that people they would watch his content. He's so mean. He's just like, you think he's mean? And then I'm like, that's why they don't like Tommy, because Tommy will just go in.
Yeah. Okay. So real quick about the manosphere, and then they'll let me go with this video. But I don't know if you remember Amir. He was like the he was like the Pookie of the manosphere who, got red pilled and everything. He was actually he actually went to the pen for being a pimping.
Oh really?
Yeah. And like he was the best manosphere content creator because like O'Shea couldn't get his numbers. What's the other guy? Mr. Fantastic, is that his name? He couldn't get his numbers. But yeah, Amir just like, screw this. I'm done with this, man. I'm done. And he just walked off. And it's big thing, like he was calling out like everybody for all the manosphere for jumping behind that Jessica. I don't even remember what her last name is.
Jessica X, the British,
yeah. He was calling everybody out for jumping on her bandwagon. And now where is she? You don't hear anything from her.
But the reason why everyone liked Jessica X is because all the American B-dubs couldn't stand her.
Yeah,
They
that's the
saw
real reason
how
why we went with her.
pissed off that these B-dubs were, and they were like, she's like, oh, in your stupid accent. She's like, you realize I'm English, and this is how English is supposed to be spoken.
Yeah.
But
I
all
will
these
say she's
B-dubs,
hilarious.
guys, I remember there was like an 8 or 9 month period where everyone would tune in just to see these B-dubs melt down, and then they were trying to dox her, and they actually found like,
dude, that was hilarious.
Dude, they found like three or four chicks named Jessica King or whatever that weren't her, and they were like doxing these chicks and calling. Because remember, Jessica X actually kind of first blew up because she called in the Kevin Samuels show a couple times.
Yeah.
And then she did
She actually talked to Tommy a couple times too.
A consultation with him, and then Pearly Things called in the Kevin Samuels show too.
Yep.
Just like Kevin used to call into Tommy's show.
Yeah. There was one chick, Soraya, that they thought was Jessica X. Dude, they terrorized her. They called her job. That's what her family. Jessica X had to do a show and bring the girl on the show to prove that Soraya wasn't her, just so they would leave that chick alone. And he still kept messing with her.
He still kept messing with her. Yeah, but guys, I think that was Jessica X's like 8 months of fame. Was that like 80% of all the B-dubs on the internet were headhunting for her? You know what I'm saying? You guys remember?
Yeah.
Hold on. You guys remember? Hold on. Where is it? Dang. You guys remember? One. Huh, is this it? Hold on. Guys, this was the B-dubs, right? Watch. You saw Jessica X running off like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
All right, Red Doors, take it easy, my friend. But yeah, man. Yeah, once again, I think that one day Tommy's going to figure it out. And what he's going to do is I think he's going to have like a meteoric rise. He's going to really, really like somehow figure the algorithm out. Because he got kicked off of Twitter too. You know what I'm saying? So maybe like there has to be some way where he can
Twitter, Twitch, you name it, every platform he's been kicked off of it.
Yeah, but
I think he's had the algorithm figured out. I think he just doesn't care.
Well, that's an accomplishment.
but also I think that once again, there are people out there that watch him, that watch for everything he does, and they mobilize their minions and get
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
The suspects were pulled over after officers were unable to locate a license plate on the vehicle. Their conversation starts smoothly, but that all changes when a female passenger refuses to cooperate, as if...
Guys, this is what I say. Well, why is it that a white man driving with 18 keys of cocaine and God don't pull him on, but a black man got some weed? Because Negroes ain't got a license plate on the car.
Yes, and because of racism.
or they do something stupid like not wear a seatbelt just because. Like, I got a buddy who's a nug who has a suspended license, and he drives and he'll intentionally not put on a seatbelt. I'm like, you idiot! Now you're giving them a reason to pull you over and find out your license is suspended and you go to jail. Like, why don't you just walk to the jail and check yourself in?
Cassie, Kevin, I don't know what Tommy said to get kicked off of Twitter. I don't know, man. So I think that everything he does, there's just a bunch of people, 18, 19, 20,000 people that, just get him.
Yeah.
So
as if she was hiding something.
Hey, how you doing? Can you roll this window out? Can you roll this window down? All right, I tell you what, roll this one down. How you folks doing? All right, there we go. Hey, how you doing? I'm Patrolman Hakes with Independence Police Department.
Yeah, well, to Applebee's is on the GPS right here.
So, you're good, man. So the reason why I stopped you, I didn't see a plate on your vehicle until I was up on you. Then I saw the temp tag.
I'm about to say, you know where Applebee's at in this parking lot?
Applebee's?
Yeah.
No, it's not up here. It's going to be down that way more. Hey, yeah, once I clear the traffic stop, I'll give you directions, all right? Do you have a driver's license on you? No. You don't? You just bought this?
So you don't have your driver's license, you dumb? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You bought this vehicle?
There's no way.
Who's your girlfriend? Well, where's she at? Right there? Okay.
The officers struggle to gather info from the suspects as they refuse to roll down their windows and communicate clearly. As their stories get more and more confusing, police get more suspicious.
Are you the owner of the vehicle currently? What's your name? Okay. Sir, I'm going to give you a piece of paper.
No, Davey.
Can you write your name, date of birth, and social, please? Thanks. And ma'am in the front passenger seat. Okay. Do you have an ID on you or a driver's license?
The female passenger in the front of the car grows visibly uneasy when police ask her to identify herself.
You do need to identify yourself because you're not wearing a seatbelt, okay?
Told you.
Yes, he does need identity.
Dude, walk. You're 2 for 2 tonight, man. Walk Stradamus in this bad boy. Look at that, dude. Look at that. What, guys? And don't most cars go bing, bing, bing if you're not wearing the seatbelt?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But guys, they don't even hear the freaking smoke detector. You know what I'm saying? So what makes you think that they're gonna hear this, right?
Identify yourself because she's not wearing a seatbelt.
Come on, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay. Do you know your social? Okay. Write her social down too.
Starting 279.
Your first and last name, date of birth, your social. No, I don't need your phone number. It's your social. And then the lady in the front passenger seat, I'm going to need your social as well, okay? Yes, I do, because you're not wearing a seatbelt, okay? What are you waiting on, my man? I know, I need her social. Okay.
The suspects continue to argue with police and make the situation worse for themselves for no reason. It's clear they're trying to hinder someone's identity, likely for a malevolent reason.
Yeah, look, I have a job I have to do. That's all I'm trying to do.
Somebody's got a
Write your
warrant.
name and date of birth, please. Are you all set? Thank you.
Where we at, sir?
What was that?
Where we at?
Where are you trying to get to?
We trying to go to Applebee's.
Applebee's. You're almost there. So if once this other officer's done with you, what you're going to do is you're going to turn around. When you get to that light, you make a right-hand turn, right? And then Applebee's will be right there. I mean, you're close to it.
It ain't no perhaps y'all can just follow us to Applebee's.
You want us to follow you to Applebee's?
He's still talking about Applebee's. Guys, Applebee's is nasty. Applebee's is gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yuck. Every time
Yeah.
I've been there, man, it's disgusting, man. They don't have any good food. The bartenders are all freaking B-dubs or knuckleheads, you know. All right, MK, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Let me see. MK, man, drop the link.
Yeah.
Oh, you're already off. Drop the link on your to your song either in the Discord or come back and drop it in the private chat, and I'll drop the link to it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Who was saying something? Okay.
I mean, it's right there. All you need to do is turn around and then you make a right at the light, and it's going to be on your right-hand side. It's right there. It's no big deal.
Hey, can this window roll down? All right, here's the deal. The social you gave me is not coming back. No, hers. So you're being really cool with me. The only deal I have with you is you're not valid, all right? So we can make this really easy. I can have you guys park the vehicle, and that's that. Nobody's getting a ticket. But I need your actual social. Or your name and date of birth. Give me your name, date of birth. Give me your name, date of birth, and I'll be okay with that. If it doesn't come back to you, then you're going to get arrested, okay?
40
7991.
bucks says she's right down there. A false name and a false date of birth.
Yes. 100%.
Did you guys hear that all these companies have given up on supporting Pride Month?
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear that.
We're gonna have to have a daytime live. We're gonna have to have a daytime live for that. Hold on, guys. Let me check my calendar here. And guys,
AJ,
let me know.
have you noticed as soon as Orange Man get back into office, everybody start changing tunes?
Guys, let's do Thursday at 4:00, guys. Let's do Thursday at 4:00, guys. Daytime live. We're gonna talk about the winds of change. Let's go.
You don't have to flash in my face, bro.
You don't have to flash in my face, bruh. Captain Plane, what's up, dude? DTM, how's it going, man? Neon's here. What's going on, guys? Good to see you guys here.
Here you go.
Look at that. Look at this.
They never cease to amaze me. Never cease
I
to
ain't gonna
amaze
lie. The only thing I'm finna increase is my motherfucking fist across your goddamn face. That's what the fuck. That's what's about to get increased.
Why? What was the purpose of doing that? Why? Why did you have to do that?
Wait, what did she do? I missed it for a second.
Oh, why did AJ show up?
Yeah. You hear him? He's like, stop doing all that. Chill.
Here you go.
Oh my God! Why
Okay.
Why are B-dubs like this?
Come on out of the vehicle. Come on out. Let's go. No, come on out. Let's go.
Don't touch. Don't
Come on.
touch.
No, come on out.
All right, Blockavia.
No, she had her chance. Come on.
It's time.
Let's go. Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
bro, I gave y'all the name.
Yep. Sorry, not now.
Okay, I gave y'all the name. Please don't do this.
Nope, you had a
I
chance.
still go home with myself. I gave y'all the name.
Put your hand behind your back.
I gave you
You're
the
being
name.
under arrest for disorderly.
I gave you the name.
Obstruction.
Okay. Dad!
You had your chance.
Dad!
Come on.
Yeah. Okay, I gave y'all the name. It's birthday. Please, can you please don't do this? I said I apologize.
No, you had your chance.
Okay, I gave y'all the
you had
name.
your chance.
Come on. Brian, we'll pull this out over here.
I gave y'all the name.
Nope, you had your chance.
Okay, can you please give me a
Steve, man, thanks for the membership, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate the support, man. Thanks for that.
I don't know who you think you are, but we don't play this game here. Here, can you water? Yep. We'll.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
You had your chance.
I gave y'all the name.
Isn't it funny, guys, that this is what it takes, right?
Yes,
Finally.
let me talk to you. I'm so sorry for coming at you wrong. I'm so sorry for being disrespectful. Please, just let me talk to you. I'm so sorry for being a dumbass bitch.
They have to be put in jail for them to act civilized.
Yeah.
It's like the way how they treat other black men.
Yeah.
They think other races of men are other people who have authority is gonna just take it like that. Like who you think you is?
Because you know what it is, guys? No other group of men in any part of the world does, other than the West.
Yeah.
You guys think that Mobutu in Nigeria, he won't hit her with the. You don't think that Muhammad in friggin' in Dubai won't hit her with the. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. That's how it works. Men in the West are the only ones dumb enough to listen to these 304s.
Bro, I got
You have anything on you?
Huh?
You have anything else on you?
No.
Keep your flashlight. All right, listen. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court of law. You have right to an attorney. If you can't afford one will be appointed to represent you. Do you understand your rights? right, you look. I was being really cool with you.
Okay.
I was trying to help
Can
you
you
out.
please give me-
Nope, there's no
Please?
chance. Nope.
Yeah.
Lean against the car. Look.
3912 radio. We got one detained. Can you run one by name and date of birth, please? G Angel, J Edward, A N G. I think it's Noel. Pierce. Yep. Common spelling 624.
Please,
Nope.
God, stop.
Stop.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
But you split the cuff that
Put
fast.
your hands behind your
You're
back.
not letting me talk.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm trying to talk.
Put your hands behind your back.
You're not letting me talk. Bro,
Put your hand. Stop. You're making this a whole lot harder than you have to.
No, I just
Yeah. I don't want to break your freaking wrist either.
He slipped the cuffs that fast.
No, okay.
Stop it. Stop.
Get off of me!
Can you finger what? I want to.
Fucking jail.
Damn it. Just put her in the back of the car. I know, I'm trying to double walk this because she's so small. Alright.
What's the matter with you?
Because I'm talking, you're not letting me.
Yeah, well, you're creating a whole lot. You're making this problem a whole lot worse than it has to be. Slide in.
I'm sorry, bro. Please.
They're children, guys.
The suspect
Yep.
was charged with resisting arrest, falsifying information to an officer, obstructing justice, and disorderly conduct. Today on Uncovered.
I'm not gonna tell you again. Shoot! No!
Guys, look.
What are you doing, bro?
Guys, she has a
This brat
gun.
pointed a gun at an elderly man over a traffic incident, then tries to act dumb when police show up to her home.
I'm on Percocets.
She's immediately disrespectful.
You guys know I gotta clip that. Let's go.
I'm on Percocets.
Okay.
That was random, guys. That's completely luck. That
I think we found Bianca's successor.
You're fine. So if you really don't got a gun, why not just let them search and then be done with it? Because you already said that we need a warrant to search your car.
Because I know my motherfucking rights. She just
Well, okay, man. Thanks for the membership, my friend. Appreciate that. Thanks so much. Thanks for that, my friend.
let you search her house.
Yeah, because she knows she doesn't have anything, and you do have your right to say no. But we're gonna go ahead and try getting a warrant if that's the case, man. We have this. We can't have people pointing guns around town. You're matching the description. Nothing against you, but we have to follow up with it. Because if somebody pointed a gun at you,
One thing, I can never get hooked on opioids, guys. Because so the one time that I was given Percocet, I had some surgery on the back of my ear because I had like a birthmark thing there. They got rid of, and they gave me Percocets for it. This is like in 2005, back when they were handing them out like candy, you know. And dude, man, you take them, it doesn't even feel that great, and then you itch afterwards for like days. No thanks.
I've never taken them. I stepped on a rusty nail one time, and my foot got infected, and it swelled up, and so I had to go to the doctor, and they cut it open, and once they cut it open, drained all the fluid out. Like, I wasn't in any pain. You know, it didn't bother me at all. The doctor said, "You sure you're not in pain?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm not hurt at all." Well, he said, "Well, your insurance is paying for it anyway. So here, take these 10 perks, right?" And I was like, "All right." I didn't take them. So my coworker, he was having back problems. I was like, "Yo, dude, I got these pain pills. If you want them, you can have them." I gave it to him, man. I've never seen somebody so happy in my life. And
hey, man, that back pain is no joke, man. You know, so.
He was on cloud 9, man. And he said, I told him, I said, "Well, you should go to your doctor and get some too." He's like, "Nah, I can see why people get addicted to these things."
Yeah, it's true. Those are the junkies that I feel bad for, guys. Is like these young kids where like there was a girl who was on this opioid documentary, and she was a gymnast. You could tell because she was a little cute thing. You know, she was like, you're 5 foot in shape. You know, she had those like gymnast shoulders. You know, You know what I'm saying? But she had hurt her ankle at a competition, and then they gave her Oxycontin. And next thing you know, she's on the street. She's a junkie. You know what I'm saying? And she took them like how was she supposed how she was supposed to be taking them, and she got hooked. You know?
Yeah, they're addictive as hell. Yeah, I would never take them. Yeah, and Michael J. 29. Hell no, she does not belong to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do whatever I have to make sure you don't get a gun pointed at you.
A few minutes later, the officers finally locate the gun outside, hidden in the suspect's grill.
What a fucking idiot.
You stupid woman.
Razor, the movie's called Dope Sick. Guys, that's a great series. That's about the opioids, man. Check it out. It's really good. So
Security cameras through her phone and starts to get uneasy after watching police discover her hiding spot.
Oh no, my cat.
Hey, gang.
Just sit down. Where are you going? I'm not gonna tell you.
You gotta run. You got a busted foot.
Shoot me.
No.
Shoot.
No.
Shoot.
Please shoot her.
No.
It's time. Shoot.
You see what she just did, right?
What's
You
that?
see what she tried to grab his gun.
I missed it.
Yeah, she tried to grab the cop's gun.
Just sit down. Where are you going? I'm not gonna tell you again.
Shoot me.
No.
Shoot.
No.
Shoot. Shoot. Shoot.
What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Hey. What are you doing?
Shoot me.
Stop playing with me.
Shoot.
Stop. I have a daughter here.
Shoot.
I have a shoot.
Shoot.
Shoot. Not shoot her in my house with my.
I got that motherfucker.
She said, "Don't shoot her in my house."
Yeah. I don't want to wipe up any red stains off my goddamn couch.
Yeah.
What is you?
Do not.
Stop resisting.
Please, for me, can you stop? Here. Shoot. I have my daughter here. Stop. You have no
Did you tell her?
respect.
No, she grabbed my fucking gun.
You have no respect. That's not cool, dude.
Y'all should have left me
See
outside.
what I mean?
Haley, you said something?
You good? Yeah.
Did I say any? What do you mean? I fucking told them to let them check my
You're
whole
under
fucking house
arrest.
for you.
I don't know if you can understand that.
You pussy ass.
You're really trying to kick me right now?
Ari,
Oh,
they
let
can
me
Get the gun. Get the fucking gun, because I got another one. Watch, I'm reaching for it. You never searched me.
She does.
Should we get Rumple here? No, you're fine. Well, she said she's reaching for her pants. She's got one on her.
I got it on me right now.
You don't.
As soon as I stand up,
Just double lock
the cuffs.
it's in my
She
pussy.
just wants you to shoot her. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
It's in my
She just wants you
Stop
to shoot
scratching me.
It's in my you bitch. Hoe ass nigga. I'm a bitch and it took all y'all.
her. You're only saying that just because you want them to shoot you and you know they can't check you
Can I
down
have a
there.
kiss?
No, stop. No, absolutely not. You're doing this in front of a kid.
You ain't never gonna kiss me again.
You understand what you just did?
You ain't never gonna.
What is going on, guys?
One of those lesbians relationship.
Lesbian.
Has to be.
I just can't go upstairs. That's never gonna forget this.
You ain't never gonna kiss me again.
That's not cool.
Talk about the Twilight Zone.
Guys, this has to go in greatest hits, man. Come on.
Shoot me.
We'll get her out of here. We go get the daughter. She's kind of scared.
So Haley, that's it. Haley,
All right.
Haley, that's it.
Yes, I will give you a hug. Okay. Just so I will give you a hug if you stop resisting.
No, we're not
No,
getting.
you're not. You're not doing that.
No, I'm saying I will get down there.
No, you're not.
no one's
You're not
getting
going
hurt.
to.
We're done.
No one's
We're
getting
done.
That's
anywhere.
on you. You did that. This is what you chose to do and how you just chose to act. I don't know why you would do that, especially when she's here. I just don't understand. Can you just act normal and please
You got my
just
key.
This, you want this to act normal? Come on.
Look.
I do have your keys.
You want a woman that thinks she's a man to act normal.
Yeah, with cornrows. Yeah.
Let's walk.
Let's go. Just please go.
Am I gonna get my crutches?
I will make
I
sure
can't
that
walk.
I can't tell you how much time I see
You managed to walk up on that cop, you moron.
you can't walk. You're gonna have to help her.
Guys, I'm allergic to B-dubs, man.
So what? You right here? Just hurry up.
Doesn't she look like Mac 10?
Can I get my last
Charged with resisting
Guys,
arrest.
yeah, we'll have to do this in on a lesbian stream. So, but RJ, hey, walk, Pyro. You know what's funny?
What's up?
They still try and have this like who's the GOAT of basketball thing.
Oh, I'm
And
so sick of that.
It's so funny because, dude, Michael. Okay, if I ask you who in boxing who the GOAT is, who are you gonna say?
Probably Ali.
Yeah, Ali.
Yeah,
Everyone pretty much
Ali.
universally says Ali.
Ali.
You look at baseball. People say like Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, right? Like all these guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a combination of like inside, off the field and on the field, outside the ring, inside of the ring, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basketball is the only sport where people disrespect the older players. I don't know. I think it's because of this urban street hood type thing, right?
Yeah.
People in other sports don't argue. Guys, how many times people still say Joe Montana, Dan Marino, Terry Bradshaw, right? Even though we've had, I think
baseball, they still talk about Cal Ripken Sr. and Jr.
Yeah, but they'll even say Tom Brady's is probably up there as the GOAT, but Bradshaw, but whatever. There's a healthy debate, but even then, they're still kind of like guys will concede that the older players might be better. Basketball is probably the clearest case. There's never been anywhere near Michael Jordan.
Yeah. I'm sorry. As much as I don't like the man, and as much as he's the reason why I don't watch basketball to this day, he is
Michael
the
Jordan?
GOAT. Yes. Because
Why
I
is
was
that?
because when I was
okay.
a kid, I was a Portland Trailblazers fan, and I used to argue with everybody that if the Bulls played the Portland Trailblazers, that the Portland Trailblazers would stomp the living crap out of them. So it happened. They met them during the regular season, and then it just so happened that same year they played. And when they played them during the regular season, they stomped Chicago. Clyde Drexler, he held Jordan. I want to say to like I think it was under 20 points, like a horrible shooting night, right?
Yeah.
But when they played him for the championship, like Jordan absolutely took the team on his back and destroyed the entire Portland Trailblazers squad. And I've hated him in basketball ever since.
But the thing about Jordan is, you guys remember how on the Sandlot they're like Babe Ruth was more than man, less than a god, like Hercules. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Michael Jordan, he's not just a person, he's an icon. Like, you still don't know much about Michael Jordan. He doesn't do a lot of interviews. He doesn't put himself out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
LeBron is a person. He's a man that plays basketball. And then he has his stupid political stances and his BLM and all that foolishness.
And he dressed. You see the picture he took in a dress the other day?
Yeah.
You never see Jordan doing that.
Walk, all starlight, Michael, Steve. When some kid in the hood gets shot, gets jacked for his LeBrons, I'll say LeBron is the GOAT.
Right.
You know what I mean? Kids get shot over their Jordans. You know what I'm saying? This is the way it works.
Yeah. Hey, what a same age. Remember, when we were going to like 6th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, if you were wearing a pair of Jordans, you had to haul ass when you got off the bus home and take them off and change before you got robbed.
Yeah. But another thing too. What was I gonna say? Football, basketball, soccer, even. Guys, people still say, Maradona, he's the best, or Pele, right? Messi's really, 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 really good, right? Ronaldo's really, really good. Beckham's good, but there's still the group say, well, Pele was the man.
You'll still hear Pele,
Yeah, and to even suggest that Pele is the man, you don't hear the newer people say, "Oh man, that's messed up." But only in basketball. Oh, y'all like Jordan, y'all are old heads. Y'all are old heads. What are you talking about? Yeah. Michael Jordan is objectively the greatest basketball player of all time. And there might be one day down the line. Because here's the thing, guys, here's going to be the next Michael Jordan. Because, guys, we have to admit the NBA is trash.
Yeah.
It's dog shit, right?
We got to remember before Michael Jordan, it was Dr. J. And And
remember, a lot of those players had real jobs because they weren't getting paid like that until Jordan came in. And luckily, Johnson, Bird, they rode that wave to making millions and millions. But Jordan, the reason why these huge contracts and all the Japanese MJ, Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The NBA wasn't really popularly televised until he came along.
Yeah. And then too, you remember even the 60s and the 70s, there was teams going out of business.
Yeah.
Remember the Baltimore Bullets, they went out of business.
Yep.
There was teams that weren't profitable. Yes. So Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan was, and a lot of the older players didn't like Jordan until they saw him play. Like, who's this young kid getting all this money? But the WNBA, Caitlin Clark comes in and is back in dump trucks full of money. And these girls, do you think that they're going to do what the men did and actually have respect? No. All these girls see Caitlin Clark.
I'm gonna kill you, you fucking whore.
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's not even trying to like top her. Like when you have multiple different rivals, like they say, like this guy is the best. No, this guy is the best. They're not even trying to do that. All they're doing is just hating on Caitlin.
Jordan. I think Michael Jordan and Wesley Snipes will never get the true credit they ever deserve.
Yeah.
Because Wesley Snipes saved Marvel, and Michael Jordan, I don't want to say saved the NBA.
There's one thing you're missing, Walk.
What's that?
Why do we have to thank Michael Jordan? Because he made going bald stylish, right?
Oh yeah.
Michael Jordan made being a black dude with a bald head. You know what I'm saying? Especially a dark skinned brother with a bald head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Until Wesley Snipes and Michael Jordan. Because you remember the guys in the 80s, you had all the light skinned dudes.
Oh yeah, it was a light skinned dude. Yeah.
And then 89, 90, 91, you had Jordan and you had Wesley Snipes coming in.
Those I call them Nestle Snipes.
You know what I'm saying? This because you guys remember there's black guys that tried to have that weird like Afro puff comb out to try and make themselves not look bald, and then Jordan he just went out there and shaved it off.
Yep.
It was and then it kind of went away, and then Morris Chestnut shaved his head, but they made the dark skin and then the bald, because the 80s it was all about DeBarge and all those light skinned dudes, you know, but the next Michael Jordan is going to be the person that's going to bring the NBA back to where it was in the 90s.
Hopefully,
yeah.
That'll have Zion Williamson's height, but actually play, but actually give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he won't look like a Neanderthal when he walks.
Dude, Zion Williamson is the most, like, the biggest waste of talent that I've ever seen.
That dude is the missing link.
My entire life.
He is the missing link. You're not telling me anything, man.
Do you see how fat this guy is?
All he's doing is like, wait. Like, isn't this the guy who's keep having kids with these 04s?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, if he focused more on sports, he would be like on top.
Yeah, he'd be huge.
Well, now his knees are starting to go because he's still a high flyer, but he's got all that weight coming down on his knees.
He's walking around at like 280, 290 pounds.
Yeah.
He should be about 60 pounds lighter, 70 pounds lighter than that.
Yeah, if he dropped down like 230, 240, he would be like, remember when Blake Griffin was like at the height of Lob City?
Yeah,
he would be like that again.
Unbelievable. But all this money, all this talent, and just can't stay away from the Pizza Hut buffet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So, I don't even think that's pizza. I think it's alcohol.
It's Golden Corral. Hey, Lenny, man, thanks for the membership, my friend. But yeah, I think that there's gonna be that chosen one, because guys, they have the Lakers and the Celtics in the finals. last year, and no one gave a damn. It's one of the oldest rivalries in sports.
Yeah. I didn't even realize it was happening either. I'll be honest, I didn't realize who won until it was over.
Yeah. Hey, Lenny, thanks, man. Yeah, man. All right, you guys. I'm gonna shut this bad. That'll be done, guys. We will have a daytime live to give a laugh at these companies that are waking up and realizing that this whole supporting the 1.2% is not the smartest, you know. So
yeah. By the way,
what's up?
By the way, AJ, I wanted to ask you this question. What happened to Doug? I haven't heard from him in a long time.
Yeah. How come Doug never joined the live?
He has to work a lot. He's been doing a lot of overtime.
Oh.
So the place that Doug works, there's stuff going on. Like they do. So Doug works for a private company that has a lot of business now that Orange Man is back.
Yeah.
In the office, right? And he's been working like 75-hour weeks.
Ooh.
Wow.
So that's why he hasn't been able. He's been getting paid, you know. But the thing is that he gets to work at like he had to move, and then he has to work like 6, and then he works until like 9, 10.
No, I feel you on that because I used to do that, man. I go to work at like 5 in the morning and get off at 9 o'clock at night. That's no joke, man.
Yeah, but hey, he's getting paid, so he'll probably start posting content soon. But he's just like
well, it's good to know.
Because we try and talk every day, but like this is the longest that we've gone without talking like every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's he just doesn't have the time, you know. So, but he's getting paid. You know, he gets really good overtime, and I just think it's funny that I told you guys that my friend, he's a paramedic, and they were offering in this county unlimited overtime, which was double time.
Wow.
It was time and a half or double time. So he did his overtime. He paid off his SRT Challenger, you know, and his captain was doing overtime and actually paid for his beach house. Did you guys know that they were like, well, it looks like all of the men got paid more than the women.
But the women weren't willing to work the overtime. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sounds about right.
Guys, here's Doug's channel. I'll just drop this right now. Yeah, guys, all of the women weren't working the overtime and all the men were. Guys, if they offered you, 7 days a week, 12-hour days, unlimited overtime, I mean, I guess I'd do it. I'd do it for like 3, 4, 5 months. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd be chilling. Because, guys, think about all the money that you'd save just not going, and you would just going to work, coming home, going to sleep. You know what I mean?
Well, like you said, your friend paid off his calendar. Like, you want to vet. You could do.
You're working out
6 or 8 months. Oh, my bad. I said, you want to buy that vet. You can do 6 or 8 months of overtime to buy that vet.
Yeah, that's true. So, but all right, guys, I appreciate you guys. Take it easy. Walk Pyro. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
See you. Appreciate you. Bye, guys.
Yeah.